Hello! Welcome, one. Welcome all to the dungeon, Momadom. I don't know why. That's why I decided to start today, but whatever. That's how we're here today. Sorry I was a little bit late. I had to put on the baby shows. Little baby Tama, because some of y'all might know he has little kitten pneumonia. He's doing way better already. He was actively fighting me a minute ago and running around trying to chase me. So baby is doing just fine. He's doing good with his medicines. But he has to be quarantined away from the rest of the cats for another like week and a half. So baby gets bored, and so we found out that like he actually likes Inuyasha, and he'll just sit there and he'll watch it. So I went in there and put on Inuyasha for him. So he's sitting in there hanging out and watching that now. Um so it's just kind of cute. That he likes his little shows. I was trying to think of like, because I've shown him a couple things, right? Um, I've shown him Dragon Ball, which is his namesake, and he really likes Dragon Ball. But then I've shown him some more like modern animes and then just like, live action show stuff. And he doesn't get into them as much as he seems to like Inuyasha and Dragon Ball. And my theory is that maybe it's because like the animation is a little bit like of a faster pace and they like emote a lot, right? So maybe that's the reason. That's my working theory cuz like I could see how that would appeal to like a kitten brain. It appealed to my kid brain a lot when I was a youngin'. So, oh, you know, that's the theory. But how was y'all's weekends? Mine mine all in all was pretty chill. I I actually didn't have much D&D this weekend cuz I was taking care of Tama, but I did have like the two games that I run because that like he started feeling better, like after cuz what was it? It was Saturday that I had to take him. But by like Monday night, he was already kind of like, he was starting to do much better. He took the dose quick. Very chill and relaxing, resting his head. Oh, nice, Delta. That's good. Rest is well deserved, no matter what kind of weekend things you've had. I like might be a little extra wiggly because I did sleep funny and like the side of my neck hurts, so I'm just kind of stretching it out. So if you see me doing this, it's because I'm stretching my neck out. um, it's mostly good now. I don't know what I did. But today, so October is over. The spooky month is over, but spookiness will always live on in our hearts. It's sad, but with it comes change. And so we've got a few things that are changing because I know a lot of y'all. Oh yeah, I'll hydrate. I got more of my pink tea, my cherry blossom tea. Hello, right? One of the changes, obviously, starting stream an hour early. Part of the reason, oh, there we go, for babies. Patch is actually right here. Oh, before I get into this, I'm petting him real quick. Here you go, Bucko, sweet boy. Um, so I had got this like big, technically dog bed for the cats, because one, it was on sale, and my theory was, okay, well, Nandor and Tama can cuddle on this, like hopefully, Because Nandor likes to lay by my desk, and I also want to teach Tama when he's not a little sickly boy that he should sleep by my desk too. um, and funny enough, so far since Tama's been in quarantine, Nandor has not laid in it. Nandor chooses to lay in the box directly next to it because he likes cardboard, so I keep a few cardboard boxes out for him. However, Patch absolutely adores this bed, and even Bassie has been sleeping in it. So I feel all extra special. Oh, hold on. I feel all extra special that even Bassie is coming over here and laying in it, cause like she's usually up over like far away staring at you with judgment in her soul. And then occasionally wanting to give you like the best lovin's in the world, but she's she's a girl boss, you know? She don't got time for that. She don't got time for our shenanigans. I needed to put my tracking thing on a charger. Um, but now it is. We're all good. I won't freeze and die now. She's actually laying on her back with her like little feet all curled up in the hall right now. It's very cute. But what I was saying, yes, announcement time, announcement time. um so one, yeah, hour early. Reason for this, for those of you who aren't in the Discord, we're just gonna do a quick rundown of that stuff. Um before we get on to the fun things today. So 1 hour early. Bassie, stop trying to chase down your brother. That's not polite. I was just singing your praises. She chased Nandor underneath the couch that's in here, or the futon. Um, but yeah, it's because one, the time in which I need to give Tama his meds, and then also some other personal life changes, like minor stuff, nothing crazy. And then also just like daylight savings time. I was like, fuck it. We ball. We're starting an hour early. But hopefully that means more of you can like make stream and stuff and like hang out for a little bit longer. Since I know some of y'all are day walkers or on like a different time zone thing. So hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier for peeps. At least that's my hope. Um and then so Wednesday's now going to be reserved for the most part. Obviously, everything is subject to my whims and fancy, but for now, Wednesdays are going to be mostly D&D related things, which is why we're in the D&D tag right now. So anybody who's in here from the D&D tag, hello, I promise it's relevant. Oh yeah, I should stretch and stuff. So what we're gonna be doing, because I really missed like I missed because when I had started streaming that first like month and a half or two, we talked a lot about D&D at the starts of streams and stuff, and I wanted to bring that back. Um but have like a focus to it, right? Um so that like it helps my brain. uh So, one, sometimes, not today, but sometimes we're going to be doing more of the like drawing monsters out of the monster manual, like the silly little ones again. Because we were doing those every Wednesday, like we were drawing five, but we basically finished the 5e monster manual already. I need to do and make the like compilation picture of all of those because we have like 6 pages worth or something like that. Of like 4,000 by 4,000 canvases. So I gotta splice all those together. Um and then maybe make it a little bit smaller because that file size would be insane. But um we got stuff like that. And then today, for example, I found on the Internet Archive a great tool that definitely needs to be supported. You can find somebody has archived all of the old Dragon magazines. So, Dragon magazine, for people who may not like be familiar, was like a physical magazine that you used to be able to get. There was like a bunch of D&D stuff, and they were really cool because they'd have like monster stuff, or they'd have like items, or sometimes they'd have full on adventures, like little adventures. Oh, what is this? What is this username? I always want to call him Dungeon Dad, and that's not properly what his YouTube is called. It's like Dungeon Craft or something like that. Or like Professor Dungeon. But uh he actually used to write for Dragon Magazine, and he designed a couple of adventures and stuff for it too, which is cool. Um but yeah, they used to have like monster stuff, items, adventures, silly little anecdotes from people's stories, or like older ones had little web strip comics in them. I say web strip, but like little strip comics. Um and they're just really fun. So I thought we could look at some of those because I thought today could be kind of fun to look at the very first one and then look at the very last one that came out because they don't make them anymore, which is sad. I wish they would. Even if it was like digital, because like Fangoria. I don't know if y'all know that magazine. That was like a crazy popular horror magazine for a really long time, and now they're digital only. Um, I used to love Fangoria. Oh man, I think I still have like a couple of my old Fangoria magazines. I think I have the one that have Hellboy on it, which is pretty cool. Um, But yeah, I thought we could look at dragon magazines today, and then just it'll be like a chill chit chatting about D&D kind of a thing. Knowing us, we'll go on tangents, and then if we feel like, oh, I'm tired of this, Grandpa, we can switch to like V Rising or do it Night Abyss later tonight, depending on what we feel like. Um, Saturday streams for the time being, at least for this month, are here to stay. I can't guarantee it next month. Um, Partially because that's very reliant on mage school things, and I'm currently awaiting a decision that they told me that the Grand Wizards of Annoyance have told me they'll decide on the 25th, or at least before the 25th about that, and then that will largely determine my like schedule going forward, however they proceed with that. So we'll see. We will see. um what other important things? The other stuff is just normal, like scheduling things, like what days we're doing stuff on. Like tomorrow we'll be doing Night Abyss. Thursdays we're gonna switch in between like Monster Hunter and Warframe. And then Saturdays is gonna be for whatever JRPG we're slowly working through. Right now we're working through Tales of Berseria. Um, so we'll do a little bit of that each week on Saturdays. So that way we can kind of like get to the games we like. We might not be able to get to every single game every week, but we'll get through them. So that's how we're going to do it. And then today's will be D&D days. Hopefully that sounds good to everybody. But now for a very, very important, serious, listen up. Put your ears to the glass. To the pondering orb, my friends. Um, we gotta figure out this name for this dungeon cat that we've got. Where is they in my thing? They disappeared when I opened up YouTube Studio today. Where did they go? They gotta be around here somewhere. Somewhere in this stinking dungeon. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, buddy, buddy, buddy. Where are you? Where art thou? They hiding. Bow, ba, down, bow. Let's see. Nope, that's the hydrate thing. Surely they didn't disappear completely from my thing. I will be sad. Where did you go? I miss you so. What the heck? I'm almost at the top. There it is. I was scared for a moment. They gotta shrink down with their dungeony cat powers. But yeah, we gotta figure out a name for this one. Um, eep. There we go. Now they're their perfect little pint-sized self. Um, so the problem is with this, y'all have three-way tied. You've three-way tied it. Also, let me do the we're live thing for everybody in the Discord real quick. All right. Had to send the live notification out, especially since we're starting an hour early now. Um, but so we basically need a tiebreaker, is what I'm saying. So if you're part of the dungeon, like Discord, the dungeon depths, go into announcements, and then the one right above the like hear ye, like the poll, go vote. So we can maybe break this tie on the kitten name. Because right now it's tied. I'll go ahead and tell y'all what it's tied for right now. Um, it's tied between Lilith, Esther, and Mr. Biggleworth. And y'all, they're all tied with like 6 votes each. So we literally just need one little monster to come in there. I can't do it because I had already voted on what one I had thought was cute. I mean, I think they're all good choices, but I can't vote now. I should have waited so that I could be the tiebreaker, but I can't. I can't vote again. So I need one of y'all to be the expert tiebreaker. Oh my goodness. Cause like we can't properly name it without without it. You can roll a die. I could roll a die, that's true. I could. But I feel like it's more fair for it to be determined by y'all. But if y'all are okay with a die, I can go get one. I have to go across the desk. Also, enjoy your lurk, friendor. I'll go grab one. If the tie's not broken by the time I get back with the die, then I shall roll the die and decide. Alright, I'll be right back. You can still probably hear me. But, you know. I don't know how far my mic goes, so I'll steal these dice. The die is just the die fate? Yeah. Hello, Sprinkles. Yeah. Where's Patch? He was just over here. He'll come by again, or Nandor will, and then I will give them the fur baby lovin's. And the die is clinky clacky. That is true. Hello, movie star. Movie star. Well, thank you. Movie star. Look, Ma, I'm on the big screen. I'm on the mini screen. I'm on the phone. Oh, you know what I found that I think's really cool? Hold on, let me roll this die. Wait, I always go to roll the die, and then I decided, um, like, and then I decided, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I realized I hadn't decided which thing. Your fiance rented a theater, so you're on the movie screen. Oh, that's so fun! I love movie theaters. Hell yeah. I hope y'all are having fun. That sounds like a good time. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Can you imagine being the theater worker working in the who's this weird monster lady on the screen? Oh, goodness. Oh, you know what that actually makes me think of? Because like I'm talking to y'all. Do you know? Because it was in like the show Charmed, but I've also seen it in a few other shows, like where they play on the thing of like the person coming out of the TV or the like TV show becoming like sentient and talking to a person. I feel like that this is like that in a weird way. You're lying on her lap like a pillow. Aw, that's so cute. Y'all are so sweet. Let me roll this die. All right, so we're still tied between Lilith, Mr. Bigglesworth, and Esther. Also, very funny of y'all to tie in a three-way tie so that it's like with 6 votes each on those. So it's like 666. Hee hee ha ha. We are the devil. But all right, so what we'll do is Lilith will be 1, Mr. Bigglesworth will be 2, and Esther will be 3. If we get a 4, because I'm just gonna roll a d4, then we'll re-roll. That's how we'll do it. All right. 1, Lilith. Her name is Lilith. Tis the name. All right, little kitty. Why isn't my thing charging properly? Also, here's Nandor. I'll give him the fur baby lovin's now. Hello, Mr. Chonky. Did y'all unplug my stuff? One moment. I think the cat's unplugged my my tracker phone thing. Oh, I see what's happening. Hold on. It's not exactly unplugged, but it's halfway. There we go. Ooh. Whip my hair. There we go. All right. Everybody, behold Lilith. Hold up. Hold up. They need to be properly warm. Lilith. Lilith. She haunts you. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, come back here. Shrink yourself, dungeon cat. Become small. And sit upon my shoulder. The die has decided. Oh, so before I pull up the like dragon magazine, freaking so I don't know if I told y'all that one of my players almost died. Not this last session, but the session before. Because they were a bunch of silly gooses in there. Alright, so there's a specific encounter that they were doing, and they like, I don't know why they did the thing players did and didn't necessarily like think about certain stuff. So one of the players wasn't gonna be there that session. We found out I think the day before or something. And this specific encounter has been planned for like a few weeks now, right? Um but like they could have gone off and done a few other things instead. But for some reason they decided, because there's only 3 players in that group, that these 2 players wanted to go into this place that they knew had vampire spawn. And I tried to do the nice DM thing of warning them before, because they talked to this person who was like on the first floor, and they're like, how many are up there? And he was like, like there's 6 of them, this like scared poor man. So one might think the party of only like a homebrewed like holy fighter class and a cleric, even though with that party makeup, might be like, mm, they're level 4, mind you, would be like, let's hold off on this until we have a full party, and maybe also grab an NPC buddy, because they have a few that they could have. They did not. They marched right up them stairs. And then at first I was like, all right, are they gonna be like, how are they gonna do this? Because there was ways to like do this without actually getting in a fight, right? Um, and then they were like, "Oh, we have a crowbar," so they sneakily like before going into the rest of the room, crowbarred off a couple of the windows, like the that were boarded up. And I was like, "Oh, smart! They're gonna let in sunlight." Um, before they mess with these vampire spawn. And then one of them goes up because they like figured out they were in the crates. They were like, "All right, I'm gonna go and mess with one of these vampires in the crates," and I thought they were gonna try to sneak and go and like crowbar the rest of the windows, so that way sunlight would come in, and then between the two of them plus sunlight, like they probably would have been golden. That's not what they did. They basically immediately started a fight with the vampires. One of them didn't get hurt because they were standing in the sun, and the vampires did not want to walk into that. But one of them was on a heavy rotation of getting up and down rubber band healing. It was very, very silly. And then the other one had to like pull them into the sunlight and then them leave. So those spawners still like loose and about. So at some point that'll become a thing again that they have to deal with. But it was just kind of silly. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" And then one of my players like, "Well, I'm used to encounters being balanced based on like the players," and I'm like, "It was." Y'all decided to do that. Also, this encounter was meant to be like an exercise a little bit into like how you can problem solve. Um, cuz like unless you come back to this area at a higher level, it is going to be like really tough or, like a run situation. And y'all could have done either. Um, After they thought about it for a minute, like later on, they were messaging me and they're like, "Oh man, I get it. That was fun." It's like, you goose. You gooses. Why'd y'all do that? Players are silly. Currently, those players are conspiracy boarding and trying to solve some stuff based on things they've found. Cause like this gets to like the more like things I've homebrewed for Curse of Strahd, right? They're trying to figure out like what finding all the like werewolf parts and stuff means, and like their connection with a cult, and like, oh, it's a good time. But it was fun just sitting back drinking my tea and then just listening to them. Like I could see the like pinning of the strings. Is fun. Fun time. But here, let me scooch over so that we'll be able to see the thing. The risk of losing is part of what makes games fun. Yeah, I agree. I think without the potential of that, it does take away from some of the fun, right? Because also some of the best moments come about by losing, like terrible rolls or just like silly shenanigans or bad decisions. Um as good and as fun as those moments of like winning are, I think they mean a lot more when losing is also on the table. You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm laying down. You throwing it over that little shoulder. Here, we'll scooch right here. Guys, I want y'all to know how significantly better my life and streaming is with this like little mini screen thing that I got. It is making things so much smoother today. Now that I have it like more set up. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but don't you or believe you me. All right, where did the thingy go? I have it like pulled up. Look. All right, first off, behold this ye old cover. This is the very first. Hello, Demi. Lilith won the vote of the vote tied, so we rolled the dice for it. Yeah, did you read the Discord announcement? We're gonna be streaming an hour early now because of like time changes, Tama medicine, and then also just like minor life changes. But this is the cover of the old Dragon magazine, like the very first issue. Hold on. Let me get my tail moved. There, that way it's not like slapping across the screen, you know? Woo, and now you've been playing Crab Champions? What is Crab Champions? Is that like, are you racing crabs? Are you gambling? You gambling on crabs? I wouldn't put it past y'all. Not for crabs with guns. Oh. Well then. The more and magic. Wow. Crabs truly are the epitome of whatchamacallit? Evolution. Oh, it's so funny. I know two people that absolutely adore crabs because of the whole like evolution thing behind crabs. And it's so cute. Um, but like doesn't this look like I love how the old like the first dragon magazine cover reminds me of something like your stoner friend would have drawn in high school. You know what I mean? Like that this is the vibe that this gives. It's really cool. I still like it. But like it that is the vibe, is it not? Um like would be on like those like neon fluorescent like blacklight posters. But that's what it looks like to me. The thing I thought was funny when I was kind of looking through this earlier. Also, hey, look, there's a Fritz Lieber reference with about like Fafhrd and the Mouser. For people who don't know, that's one of the books, like the authors whose books inspired a lot of D&D mechanics, which is pretty cool. They're in Appendix N. Um, languages in D&D. Ooh, I want to like actually read that one. It's gonna be kind of hard to like read through these, but oh my gosh, look at this old this old ad. Uh, the Battle of Five Armies, new revised edition, $5. Oh man, what is this for exactly? Expanded. It's a rules thing. But is this for another TTRPG thing? Because this doesn't look like it's a, or is it just a TSR hobbies game? I think that's the case. Now you can determine the outcome of this fantastic battle. Yeah, so it's kind of like an adventure thing for uh oh, that's fun because the Battle of Five Armies is like from The Hobbit and like Tolkien stuff. It is The Hobbit. I wonder if we can, well, of course we can, but let's zoom into the picture. Look at them. There's the eagles and stuff. Isn't that fun? Available July 1st, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Man, I want to go to Gen Con one day so bad. I'm not like big into going to conventions, but Gen Con, I would love to go to Gen Con. That'd be a blast, I fear. Sword World had a freaking thingy at Gen Con. Also, they're looking at Mugen Gaming is starting to look at other conventions and stuff for them to maybe like set up booths at. So like maybe at a con near you there might be a Sword World booth at some point, which could be fun. It looks like they're gonna be setting up the Kickstarter sometime in the spring. I believe is what they said last. I had to put the dice up. Dragon Rumbles. See, and they have like fun little like things. Dragon rumbles, or how did we get into this and what are we gonna do now that we're here? Just kind of, they're like, hey, this is our magazine. They've got cool little dragons. See, this is why I like old magazines, and I wish physical magazines were still more of a thing. And they got like all of these. Look at the old school like this is like the in miniature. So this is like a taste of it. Oh wait, they have a chainmail modification. Let's read that. There's victory conditions. Interesting. These are all modifications. Due to the power of the ring, Bilbo can become invisible. Yeah, we know that from the Hobbit. After the 10th turn, Gandalf may fire one fireball only. He has no other magic that he can use. Gandalf totally has other magic. He can do more than fireball. That's fun though. Thinking of Gandalf just going fireball is very silly. Goblins are allowed to ride wargs on a one by one basis. In doing so, they minus 3 inches off the movement range. Oh yeah, because you used to have like the whole like specific rulers and stuff too. Man, there's some things with D&D that I'm genuinely glad have changed. That would be one of them. I like our 5 by 5 squares. um oh, there's a little dirt by Jake. Well, Omar, what did you think of the trip from SR to the Dragon? It was a moving experience. Same old dungeon though. Same walls, same ceiling, same game. Same game bugs? Is that what that says? Yeah, same game bugs. By the way, did you remember to bring it? I've got it right here. Next issue. What is it? They left us off on a cliffhanger of like, let's see, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2010s. On like a 30, 40-year-old cliffhanger. Can you believe it? But I guess we could find out what it was. We're not going through all these. I just want to compare the first to the last ones. Would y'all question? So most of y'all know what like new D&D books and stuff look like. Um, would y'all prefer things have it like more simple like this? Oh, also you guys can see my cursor. Oh, I'm not sleepy. I'm just waking up. And for some reason my body has like a delayed. I have to like slowly get rid of the sleepies. Like leftover sleepies that gotta work their way out of my system. Uh, if you guys go into the about section and go to community loot, you too can have a little teeny tiny Minka cursor along with a monster stat block, um, for y'all for the little monsters and a free token, a Lich King cookie recipe, and then some like phone wallpapers and stuff, and it's all free. It's a community pack, essentially. But I kind of like the simple things. I do like having pictures and stuff, and I do like the layouts of some of the newer things. But I also like how much they were able to just like get onto paper, from it. Magic and science, are they compatible in D&D? Oh, that's that's an interesting like idea. What's y'all's opinion on this? Because I feel this could easily go into like nowadays, right? With like the placement of if uh high firearm the like artificers being in games, right? Because sometimes that can like cause arguments. I think it's game dependent personally, but see like they oh it looks like back like towards the over here they bring up artificers. But I do like the statement they make at first, like I believe it is a real mistake to think that just because there's a world created by a D&D type thinking where magic and magical monsters exist, that there's no room for technological type devices and all they imply. Um Magic and its uses deny science and its uses. See, I disagree. I think the idea of Magitech can end up being like a really fun drive in players. One, if you want to add like the whole Lost Civilization stuff, that can be real fun. Like, the vibes in like Tears of the Kingdom and some of the Zelda games are really good examples. Or like even Final Fantasy can be a really good example. Which Sword World, I know this is like D&D, but I have a Sword World brain because I have a thing coming up for that. But like Sword World's current 2.5 setting is really similar to Final Fantasy games in the way of like how magic and technology coexist. And it's just really interesting. Um Wormish, do y'all speak old Wormish? Any fluent in worm folk out there in the dungeon? Look at this picture. I wanted to find the monster thing. Oh, yeah, okay. So I need y'all. I have a conspiracy. Here's my conspiracy hat. Putting it on. Doop doop. Um, Goo is also putting one on. So, uh, Critical Role, like Matt Mercer, right? He got a lot of it, like, um, inspiration from older D&D, right? When he was creating certain stuff with like the campaigns in the world. Oh my gosh, why am I so yawning? Um, and so like it made me laugh when I saw a Hell's Bells thing on here, because it's like a my conspiracy hat thing though is like I wonder how much of that comes from like because I know a little bit, but I haven't like sat down and watched like full on uh Critical Role stuff, right? I've watched a bunch of clips and then I've obviously seen like the animated show and stuff, but I haven't watched like sat down and watched like the entire campaigns or anything. But the little bits I have seen, sometimes I'll like catch something and I'm like, "Oh, that was a reference to like an old D&D lore thing." Um or it's like a reflavored version of it. That's just kind of interesting to me cuz he uses like some second edition stuff I've noticed, which is like kind of what some of this is. Greyhawk. They're bringing Greyhawk back more with this like new point 0.5 situation for 5e. Is that you speaking Wormish, Firearm? You goose. But hell's bells, it's the Recyclosaurus. Ecology now. Wait, what does that say? That teeny tiny one. Tree frog beer. Oh. This dude is getting lit. Greyhawk construction. It's so silly. We need more D&D magazines. Even if they're not official. Let's see. Where is that monster? Because I saw him earlier. Like, I read the things. Ah, here he is! Alright. Here's my bread and butter. The monsters. Look at this. The creature feature, the bullet, aka the land shark. Look at this goofy man slaughtering those knights. I love it. But what absolutely killed me when I was reading this, okay? So, one, look at this goober. It does have a lot of charm, right? Um, I'll read y'all the things that made me laugh. So, also it says apparently it's pronounced boulet. I'm still gonna pronounce it bullet. Cause boulet, no, I refuse. I refuse. I will just be incorrect. It's fine. That's not what made me laugh though. So the nickname the land shark is well founded, having a voracious appetite that will eat nearly anything alive or dead. They show marked preference for horses and mules. However, they have been recently reported marauding horse herds and attacking even the best armed parties for a single purpose of eating their mounts. Dun dun dun. If hungry enough, they'll attack virtually anything or anyone to satiate their ravenous appetite. Indeed, uh, the bullet seems to exist for the express purpose of eating. They're not, or they do not hesitate to attack and eat humans, though they're not overly fond of dwarves, and they loathe to come near elves, dead or alive. But prize hobbits second only to horseflesh, and they have been known to dig hobbits right out of their burrows. So, for reference, halflings used to be called hobbits until the TSR got in trouble, basically, and had to change it. But they just go like imagine being a little hobbit, right? And then just like hanging out in your house, and then all of a sudden a bullet bursts through your wall like the Kool-Aid man and eats you and your family. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. It's also hilarious that they just do not mess with elves. They're like, nope, not for me. Not tasty enough. Nope. Ugh. Ugh. Gross elves. And they're like, dwarf, well, it's not my favorite, but I guess if I had to. Humans, they're like, oh yeah, they're alright. That's like standard food. Horses, they're like, oh man. Oh mama. Give me that horse flesh. Tasty, tasty. It's crazy. Ugh. Also, apparently, another thing that I had read in here that I thought was interesting was that apparently no one knows how or where young bullets are born or hatched. They're like eels. We don't know what they've got going on. They just kind of up here. But then also they're like I do know from newer lore, and this mentions it a little bit, that they're supposedly like made from like a wizard experiment of crossing an armadillo with a snapping turtle and then like putting demon ichor on it. Gross. Dr. Moreau situation. Um so I wonder if they can only be made that way or if they can reproduce after ichor, like blood, like ICHOR. Hello, Keter. How are you? Not demon icky. That'd be extra gross. I guess ichor is icky. Ichor is ichor is icky. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I was yawning. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite thing. Hey Hale, or hey, hello Barbarian. How are you? We're looking at old dragon magazines right now, just seeing how the times have changed. Right now, we're looking at the very first one, and then we're gonna go look at the very last one, just to like show the difference. You doing fine? Gonna stay well before sleeping? Oh, nice. Well, thanks for joining us. Zombie spawns touching you. Oh no. Um. let's see. One of my favorite things about old D&D books were like the DM tips because one, a lot of the times they're genuinely really good DM tips, but also I love how matter of fact they were cuz I do feel like sometimes new DM tips kind of like still favor player over. Oh god, why? I'm not even tired. Brain. Maybe I'm not like getting enough to drink. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't like had enough in my system yet today. I haven't been awake very long, so that might be part of it. Um, but like some of them tend to favor, I feel like players more than DMs, which like obviously like players need to be like that's important, right? Cuz like that's like a big part of the game. But like DMs are also important and like DM mental health and things like that. And having fun is also equally as important. Um and so I feel like I don't know, a lot of like newer D&D stuff further lends itself to like DM overworking, right? If that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Um and like that's not good because then it'll just lead to burnout. And you don't want to burn out on D&D. That would be a travesty. Oh, look at this Conan looking man. He's gonna come for your giblets, little monsters. Ugh. He's got some hair on his thighs. Hell yeah. We love a hairy barbarian. Get it. With his fancy boots and loincloth. The Fellowship minis. Love me some D&D. Yeah. Me too. Oh man, I really want to get a 3D printer at some point. Because I know some people have gone and like recast the old original like D&D minis, so that you could like 3D print them, which would be really cool and nice considering they originally were lead, uh, were made out of like metal with like lead and stuff in it, so you really shouldn't be messing with those nowadays, especially if they haven't been sealed or anything. So having a safe version of that would be pretty sick. Let me see. Let me see. Because one of the old games I played in with friends back many years ago, the DM dropped an arcane archer on us, and we just couldn't deal with him literally shooting fireballs at us from the sky. Any idea or strategy on how to deal with one? What are effective countermeasures against a flying artillery barrage? Oh man. I've never ever used one, so I'm trying to think of what could be good for that. Also, like, I don't know how like fair that sounds. Hmm. You definitely want to like cuz that could also be heavily end up. Hi Junie. That could heavily it could end up the campaign, yeah. There's been a really brainstorm through it. I think part of it would be like player makeup, like the party makeup, right? Because obviously if you have a bunch of like people who have absolutely no range, like trying to fight one, then yeah, you're screwed. Like, and I don't know how fair that would have been to like throw out the players. It's one thing if you like play on a party's weak spots, but you know, it's another thing if you make it like completely impossible, right? Um Usually when I think of encounters, I try to think of like things that there's at least if it's not just gonna be like a slobber knocker like fisticuffs thing, I usually try to make sure there's at least like two ways the party can potentially deal with it besides just like, you know, fist fighting. Has the barbarian throw the rogue at the arcane archer. You know what? It could work if you could throw hard enough. And depending on how high up. Because we'd also need to know their flying speed. Hmm. I don't use a lot of like humans or like human-ish things. I guess aside from like vampires and things, but trying to think besides party makeup. It because that's so dependent on like what spells y'all might have. What? Let me pull up Google real quick. Because I want to see was it 5e? Because I want to see what their stat block is. Okay, there's this. Oh, it was Pathfinder? Oh, I don't know about Pathfinder then. If it was Pathfinder, no idea. I'm still learning that system. If it was 3.5, I haven't played 3.5. I've read a lot of the lore books and stuff for 3.5, but I haven't gotten to play in a 3.5 game. Um, but I might be able to like suss it out. Yeah, have a good night, Junie. Thanks for stopping by. We're talking D&D. We got Lilith. Lilith is what won because we got a three-way tie, and then we had to roll for it because since it was a three-way tie, and Lilith won the roll. Aw, poor sneezy baby. Nandor sneezed. Yeah. So that's how we did that. Let's see. 3.5 Arcane Archer. D&D. Let us see. If it was Pathfinder, get a kineticist on your screen. Team, what do those do in Pathfinder? Because I think I remember reading about it when I was trying to choose what class I wanted. Oops. What are you doing, Andor? What are you doing up there? Things you're not supposed to? Um, was that the elemental thing? Or am I misthinking? Flying fireball guy. Oh, that was a big sneeze, buddy. Hopefully you're not getting sick too. Da 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 da. Archer was that could shoot. Well, like Arcane Archer is a class thing you can do in D&D, but it's like a player class, not like a monster class from what I'm seeing so far. So that means they like homebrewed it a little bit. But if they made their own, because I do know some DMs. All right, here's a question. Right. What do y'all think of this? Um. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. It was an elemental thing. Um. I have like I know some DMs that will like do a full on like if they were a player character sheet for monsters or like, things you're going up against, right? I don't know how I feel about that because I think it like can heavily end up leaning towards like unbalancing things pretty quickly. Or do y'all see it as like an even playing field? What is y'all's opinions on that? Because obviously, like, imagine if you took like Strahd, took his character sheet, but made it as if he was like a high level player character sheet, but he still got all of his extra abilities from being Strahd that, are associated with the domain and things. Like, that sounds really unfair, but I know some DMs like doing that. opinions. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of it. I cannot find the arcane archers besides the stuff for like building it as your own class in 3.5. So I'm wondering if that's what they did. Or if they just like reflavored something as one, or maybe I'm just not finding it. Either way, yeah, that would, I think it'd be a heavy of like range, and then depending on what kind of range you have on that though. Boom. Let's see. The royal armies of the Hyperborean age. Yeah, well that's what I'm talking about them doing, because I've seen it happen. And I'm like, that's it it messes with like mechanic stuff too much, I think. In my opinion. In my humble mimic opinion. Like we wouldn't if like we wouldn't have monster sheets and monster stat blocks if like that if like just making them their own sheet like that was a thing, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have their own setup for no reason, you know? The Hyperborean age is like uh Conan stuff. Making an extremely difficult game is ironically easy. The real challenge is making a game that is engaging and fun. Yeah. Just checked. It was a 2008 2009 campaign. Oh, that was so long ago. That was like, oh crap. What? Like nearly 20 years ago? Yeah. I was like 2 decades ago. 14 years. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Time is a weird soup. Adventure and fantasy. Look at them little wizards. Hobbits and thieves in the dungeon. Oh, hey, it's an article by Gygax. That's fun. We have found the game dungeon to be most enjoyable. When each participant plays a different piece. Oh, it's Dungeon Before Dungeons and Dragons. uh, Thus, with a standard game, 4 makes the best match, and when the dwarf and cleric pieces are added, 6 persons are able to play different pieces. Oh. Or is this like a separate little dungeons game? This is a thief. It's so crazy. White and Bear, Red Moon. Speaking of soup, cereal is just a breakfast soup. Now, I see people say that, and I raise you. No. I disagree. Oh look, there's the gnome cache. So this is like a little story. Obviously, I'm not gonna read all of this on stream, but like just showing y'all like the kind of stuff that used to be in the very first ones. And then it has like little monk versus monk combat in the arena promotion. Gygax on the history of wargaming. They were really just going out there being little nerds with this. It's so cute. I love it. We'll go back to the cover for a second. Man, it's such a sick cover. And then we'll go all the way to the last one now. The last one. Which like they have like 430 issues, I think. Let me find it. How did you get banned from playing a monk? What did you do to deserve a whole class being barred from you? Let's see, where is it? I know it's here because I looked earlier. Can I not read? That's probably the problem. Let's be honest. I probably just can't read. Where the heck? I know I have it somewhere in here. I say I have it. The archive has it. Where did you go? I need you so. Let's see. Maybe if I do this. Oh no, this just looks through this specific file. I need this. Well, it says there's 359. But I guess if we don't have it perfect, there is like 430 issues or something, but uh let's see. Oops. Gotta go like this. And then oops. There we go. Alright, let me catch up on chat real quick. We still can deny or confirm that a stoner drew that dragon. That's true, we don't know. They might have. Considering Gary Gygax did ride around in a, like, because he couldn't drive, but when he had enough money, he was basically living like a rock star and, like, paying, like, very pretty women to just drive him around in like, a fancy car. I wish. If only I could be living that life. I can't drive either. I want, like, to just have a nice car and pay pretty ladies to drive me around. That'd be sick. And I want a dragon on the side of it. Painted on the side. The reason the demon was throwing hard stuff at us because we kept beating harder and harder stuff. The demon was moving away in a few months, and one of the other players was being deployed, so the difficulty level went crazy. Uh, it looked like we were going to lose uh characters and nearly wiped to a giant worm who ate your best friend. And then I jumped in the worm's mouth, took 3/4 of your hit points and bite and chomp damage, and was down to 1 HP after burn damage being inside. Stunning strike, grabbed your unconscious friend and dimension doored out. Was the most badass thing I've done in D&D. That is fun. How'd you get banned for that though? That's just fun. That's just good old ye old fashioned D&D fun. Uh, Pastor Khan checks for the damage and stay conscious. Listen. You kept failing the saving throw against your stun during the encounter, so we bullied the boss. An entire fight where the boss couldn't take a turn because of stun. Oh, I see, I see. But your friend's character that was dying. I was diving in after my IRL best friend saving him. It was an emotional fight. Oh, I get ya, I get ya. I get you now. I thought you meant your IRL best friend's character. But let's see. This is the, or at least like the newest one that we can find on here. This one's from 2007. Speaking of like the like 16, 17 years ago. It's his character, but I thought of his character as him more or less. Ah. That makes sense. Not on my watch. Look at this man. This is a fancy man. Isn't it crazy how the art style changes? He looks like he's primed and ready for, like, business. Top 10 dragons. Oh man, we gotta see who their top 10 dragons were. so we can judge judge their taste. What page is that on? 22? Okay. Spider lady! Spider lady spotted! Ayo. Hello. The last session. Hey, look, it's a throwback to the first one we just looked at. That's fun. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, that's a cute dragon. Oh, look how prim and proper he is. He's got his little reading glasses. Oh, I love this dragon. I want I want a little nerdy dragon with glasses that can hang out with us. Oh no, fuzzy insect. You don't want leak. These were clearly made by pros. Yeah. These were clearly made by pros and not stoners in a basement somewhere. Oh. I love both vibes though. New releases. Oh, let's see what the new releases at the time were. Exemplars of Evil. Fortress One Tease. The History of the Realms. Oh, there's Drist, my beloved. Beloved. Entombed with the Pharaohs. Seven Swords of Sin. That sounds like a sick book. Like, not just a D&D book. I'd read that. Like, if they were like, behold, a romance novel, The Seven Swords of Sin, I'd be like, heck yeah, I'm reading that one. Give me. Oh, look at these. These are cool mythic monsters, and they're big old critters. Like, like handmade ones? Like props? That's so cool. Imagine that being in your living room. That'd be so sick. We need more stage props in people's living rooms. I want my house to feel like a rainforest cafe. That's what we need. Art to die for. Hearty heart 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 heart. Jokes. Let's see. Your favorite middle finger to a DM I had was when I played a level 20 Dread Necromancer Lich in 3.5. They did a one-shot level campaign through an endless dungeon. I kept bringing back all the stuff we killed and made pocket healers undead clerics for my team that stayed in their bag of holding. To counter me, the DM gave the Bahir dual damage breath attack that was lightning and positive energy. Almost wiped us, but managed to clear it. And then I flipped my DM off for uh and raised the Bahir as a mount. It sounds like was that at the same table? Or no, that's sorry, firearm and barbarian. Y'all's names are both showing up in red on my end, so I have to like carefully like read through the things. So that I don't accidentally, because usually y'all show up as different colors in chat, like everybody does. But it sounds like a fun time. I'm sure the DM was having fun too, trying to figure out ways to like handle y'all. Neverwinter Nights, Mask of the Betrayer. Aw, that's fun. I wish we had more like D&D video games that weren't just Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is fantastic, obviously. I freaking love Baldur's Gate. But I mean like more chill games, you know, like smaller scale, like D&D themed games. Like where's my like silly little like point and click D&D games or something goofy like that, you know? Beowulf. The top 10 issues of Dragon. Oh, they didn't mean top 10 dragons. They meant top 10 issues of the magazine itself. Dang it. I thought they meant they were gonna rate some dragons and then we were gonna judge their rating of dragons. Oh, alas. Alas. I mean, we'll still look at it. I'm still curious. Books of the Nine Hells. Because one thing that was fun too was like all of the extra stuff they put into these. There's a couple of issues that have extra things for Curse of Strahd and like Ravenloft stuff, which is really fun. Um, Friend who was the DM to the previous story I told you about still DMs. He has a group of guys that are much older now, some with obscene amounts of money. Former field medic, now trauma surgeon. Ah, I gotcha. Converted his whole basement into tabletop heaven, has a giant TV turned up like a table, covered with glass. Oh man, that's the dream. So like what I like so when I was a teenager, I did like stage design stuff, right? For my theater. I was a theater kid. Surprise to nobody. But I was like a behind the scenes backstage theater kid. I wasn't like an actor kid. I never did any of that. I just built the things. They were like, hey, we need like a little hut. Can you make us a little hut? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. Can you do it on like a shoestring budget? Yeah, I'll do that. So I know how to build a lot of things out of, let me tell you, installation foam is where it's at. And I fully want to build like a little tavern inside my house one day. Um, I also want to build just a straight up giant dragon head and put it in my house. Uh, this coming to build castles with those modular dwarven forge walls and miniatures. It's absurd. Overhead was flowing water. The water is crazy and lava. They literally fly him out to meet once a year. So that's sweet. That's sweet though. Bully the Whammon. Why does me being a theater kid as a youngin' deserve to be bullied? What we really should bully was the choir kids. I'm kidding. I kid. It just in my school, all the choir kids were all the like rich kids. It was really weird. Because usually it's like, just some other extracurricular that the rich kids go to at other schools. But my specific school, it was the choir kids. So they like freaking like, and when I mean the rich kids, like they were putting on a production of Beauty and the Beast, right? And because they wanted to change the gender of some character, instead of just doing it or whatever, they basically temporarily like bought rights to the play to be able to like do it. It was crazy. When I heard about that, I was like, excuse me? Especially because the theater teacher was like so mad because the theater kid budget, like our budget was literally like, oh, I think we were only given like $400 a year or something for like the whole theater, right? It was wild. Wild. Your friend who DMs is very smart and creative and does a phenomenal job. Doesn't make a ton of money, but does what he loves and helps a lot of people with his work. So it's literally VIP, all expenses paid, flight meals. Oh, that's nice though. Generally cares about it, puts a ton of time and effort into making campaigns and storytelling, but is able to pivot on a dime. I think being able to like have that like flow to how you do things is really important, especially in D&D, right? Yeah, Patch is right here again. I'll give him for baby lovin's for you, Lusk. Also, I'll hydrate. That's also a thing I should do. Thank you. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I I don't know. I feel like to me, one thing that gives me a really big sense of like accomplishment. Hi, Lusk. In regards to being like a DM is like one being a part of like long running games that I'm in, right? Because like that in itself accomplishment, right? You're able to keep a group together for that long and like keep people interested and like excited for a game for more than like 5 minutes, you know? Like that in itself uh is good. Um you broke my 2 weeks of planning, give me 15. Yeah. The like right foot pivot is like, oh crap. Um have to get us subs and stuff to Nom. Man, that's the only thing. So like obviously, especially because of my dyscalculia, online D&D is like way more accessible for me. I will say I do miss the vibes of like hanging out and playing tabletop games in person sometimes, of just dyscalculia. So it's basically like dyslexia but with numbers. It also affects other things for me too though. It doesn't just affect like normal like numbers, cuz basically like um I can, so like say I'll just pick out a random number on here. Like we're looking at Dragon Magazine like 359. I could sit here and be like reading 359 uh but my brain's switching it to be like 386 or like something crazy, you know? And like it's it's not fun. I have to like triple read numbers a lot of the times. Um Reading numbers on dice can sometimes be hard because my brain will flip that. Not even just numbered dice, but like the dots even. Because I have a pretty serious, like severe case of dyscalculia. Like it's a miracle. It's a miracle I got to make it through school with how bad I am at math. Um, Roman numerals are fine. But the problem is I don't know them well enough is the thing, because my school didn't really teach Roman numerals super well. Um or and like written numbers, like if somebody like just like physically writes out 7, that's totally fine. Um Oh, I have a funny story about change, but it also affects my like sense of direction. My left and rights get more mixed up because of it too. It's really weird. It's just like an attitude. Like I can't drive because of it. Like that's the reason I'm not allowed to drive, is because of my dyscalculia so bad. Um, but like I couldn't, I was the last kid to like be able to count to 100 um in schools too. They had to have like my parent come up there to help me so that like they could at least let me pass through that in like kindergarten. Um but it's so funny because like all my other classes I always got A's and stuff in. Uh but my math classes were always like a barely passing C, you know? And that was with a lot of help from the teachers too. Except for my geometry class. I actually did a lot better in geometry. I made an 80, which is like a B in that class. I was so proud of myself. It's the highest math grade. Because that one, geometry for some reason doesn't get me as hard. And I don't know if it's because it's more like physical or what it is. I have an easier time with it. Um, but I had gotten hired on to this like store. It doesn't exist anymore. They closed like a few years back, which makes sense because you know like it was like a mixed media store. Like so they did like DVD and game rentals and stuff for some reason, like still for way longer than they probably should have. But books and then like fun media things like action figures and like card games, you know, basically like a general fun store. Um Whenever I was having my interview, I was like, "Hey, like I will do literally like anything you need in the store, but do not put me on cash register because I have dyscalculia. Here's the reasons why." Um and he was like, "Oh yeah, sure. No, that's perfect because we actually need somebody to like organize all these things and you know, do all this stuff." I'm like, "Sick." First thing this man does is put me on cash register and then get upset with me a couple days later. Yeah. That I was getting change wrong. And I'm like, You goose. Oh, and that was with me being like as careful as I could be, and like it's so silly. But yeah, point is really bad at math. So online D&D, like with being able to like automate certain things helps me so much. He was warned. He did hire me with this knowledge. But people don't listen. You know how it is. I shall do posture stretch and stretch. Eep, eep. Um, but I do miss the vibes. Got jump scared by Starbucks walking 5,000 miles. What do you mean you got jump scared? Please hold story for 2 minutes and 30. Oh, ads. I mean that was the end of the story, but yeah, it just D&D makes it a lot, or online stuff makes it. This is a blast from the past. Magazines used to have that quality. It really made readers feel the hype. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Adi. They had like a lot of stuff. The Zappa, because we're not even all the way done through. Oh yeah, see, this is like one of the ones that had some of the Ravenloft stuff in it. The Hitchhiker's Guide to Old Settings. Blackmore, Guardians of Drakkar, or is it Drakei? Let me look. Docray. Oh, is it supposed to be a reference to like Doc Ray Stoker? That's funny. Al Qadim. Ooh, somebody went and made like an updated version. I think it's on DM's Guild. Um, of Al Qadim, and I really want to look through it because they actually went through and like consulted with people and stuff like that. Took out all the like culturally like gross stuff that Al Qadim used to have. Because it's a cool setting, but it just definitely needed to be reworked because it is not all right. Just kind of like how Ravenlofts needed reworking and stuff like that. But um, I want to look at this one at some point. It was from 2004. It was issue 315. The drown. Why is this so hard to say? The Drownomicon. Look at them drow ladies. Yeah, thanks for coming to hang out, Adi. I thought these would be fun for us to look at because they're. Oh, look, here's the Unsolved Mysteries of D&D. What do you mean? I wonder who that's supposed to be because that's obviously like a self-insert of somebody. Because Gygax didn't have them brows like that. Oh man. This is how I want my room to look like. It's not too far off. I use darker wood, but I need my room to look like this. Can you imagine? It's really just getting a window treatment like that and then this, and it wouldn't be that far off. Obviously, I have a desk, like a computer at my desk, though. Fun. Is Ed Greenwood Elminster? We already know he is. He's gonna lie and say that he is not. But we've seen the photos. We've seen the stand by stand of him and Elminster. Ed has answered this one before, but we asked him to tell us the tale one more time. No, Ed Greenwood is not Elminster. For many years, Greenwood has had fun playing, lampooning actually, Elminster at various conventions. He's LARPing as Elminster. But his ham acting abilities don't quite do justice to the ham acting abilities of the real old mage. See, these are just further lies. He wants us to think that he's not Elminster, but we know it to be true. You can't keep lying to us, Elminster. Oh man, I love Greenwood. I love him. Oh, what are the dark powers of Ravenloft? I talked about this in a video not too long ago. Um, Interesting. I wish I had seen this before I made that. Because I would have added this in there. It's because some have suggested they might be a cadre of imprisoned fiends or a pantheon of ageless, subtle, and evil deities. While their history remains secrets, their acts are well documented. Um, I didn't know that there was the like theory that it makes sense for them to potentially be like a pantheon of like ageless evil deities basically. Because they give that vibe, but it is said that like no one really knows what they are, you know? This old Strahd back his short haircut. I'm glad they gave him longer hair. I think it suits him more. Midnight. Senor Vampire? Is it supposed to be Senor Vampire or are you just saying singer? Or senior? Singer? I don't know what singer means. Singer? Oh, Magic the Gathering card. I gotcha, I gotcha. My knowledge of Magic the Gathering is quite limited. Like, I've played, but I don't like get crazy into it. I think the art, Magic card art goes hard. And I appreciate it. Missing persons. Those are random people. Time Dragon, a worm for the ages. Time dragons are crazy. I love time dragons. Um, in newer versions, they don't, look like this. They have the big like horns that form almost a loop, and if you sail like fly through that loop, it's a portal, which is crazy. They also have the best mitts in D&D, the best dragon mitts, little feet. They're so cute. They look like little paws. I just want to like rub them and be like, "Oh, look at those beans." This is pre good bean having. This is when they looked kind of more like a dinosaur than a dragon. Hello, Velvet. How are you doing today? Welcome in, Raiders. We're looking through an old dragon magazine, which is like an old magazine for D&D basically that they used to put out. They don't make them anymore, sadly. What were y'all up to? Let me get you a shout out. To all you new peeps, I am Minka, the resident mimic of the Lich King's dungeon. I make videos on other places about monsters from D&D, like monster lore, and then on here we play some games and also just kind of chit chat and hang out. And today, Wednesdays, we talk about D&D stuff. There we go. Perfect. Playing Borderlands 2. You stream for 12 hours? Get rest if you need it. Goodness. I understand if you gotta raid and run. You gotta take care of yourself. Oh my goodness. 12 hours is so long. Did you at least have fun? Did you have lots of good times? I hope you did. You cast manual breathing? Yeah. I'm gonna go take a little break. I didn't intend to go that long. You did have a. Well, I guess it's good that it was like an unintentional you going that long. Thank you, Velvet. Yeah, enjoy your lurk. Go get rest. Go chill out. Vibe. Relax. Enjoy your evening. This is what old time dragons used to look like. They do kind of look, like I said, like dinosaurs, just a tidbit more than a proper dragon. But that's okay. We'll forgive them this once. Only because their new design is one of my favorites. Demonomicon of Eggwilv. Eggwilv. Apocrypha. That looks sick. He looks cool. Look at them hand claws. He has freaking big hands. Goodness. She kind of has big hands too, or at least a big hand. At least they're not like those manga hands that I've seen apparently in like the what is it? Like the yaoi magazines or not magazines, mangas. I've seen like clips cuz I don't read yaoi, but the like drawings I've seen of the like hands in it go crazy. They're quite large. Okay, I won't stay on that page for obvious reasons. Don't wish to get in trouble with Twitch. Um, Release your inner dragon. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. You've got to ignite the flame within. Looking for a little more impact from your poster. Oh, were these like dragon posters? That's fun. There's this flea market that I've like gone to in a town nearby that has this like one little store that's been there from what I've been told by some of my friends who are like from this area has been there since like they were kids and it's barely changed and they sell like a lot of stuff that like feels like the vibes of this magazine is the best way to describe it. I've bought a few like resin dragons from them, like little resin dragons. They're very cute. Bum bum. Let's see. Oh, this is a creepy dude. What are you? Dwergus? A Dwergus. I've not seen you before. Some kind of, I'm assuming, demon. He looks like something that would have been in Pan's Labyrinth. Like the eye hand dude. You know what I'm talking about? He's freaky. What do they do? They're from dwell upon the melted infinity of the 558th layer of the abyss, a plastic, ever shifting realm of living hate and protoplasm called the Flesh Forges. Gross. Gross. This is not the prime location to vacation in the in the demon realm. Oh man. What is this? Dr. Wizard's patented Pantene. Why is this so hard for me today? Patented elevation indicator. It's just a little like thingy for your minis. Cute. Cute. Snake lady spotted. Ayo, let's go. More monster ladies. Beautiful. I think, oh, she's Queen of the Meriliths. I was like, she looked like a Merilith. I've made a video about those. I've made a video about Meriliths before. They're girl bosses. Demon girl bosses, and we love them. Whoa, that's crazy looking. Look at that. It's got so many teeth. An Ugudink. Some big spooky monster. Bro. I'm doing good, Jean. How are you? We're looking through old Dragon magazine stuff. Um, just kind of seeing how the times have changed in D&D. We looked at the very first one, and now we're looking at issue 359, which is like the newest that this like archive thing goes up to. And it was from like 2007. Just kind of scrolling through. Cause this one's also a lot bigger than the first one. Like there's way more pages. Let's see. Orcus? He's a problem causer. Problem causer. Good, thank you. Just got home from work, so eating a snack and playing some OSRs. Nice. Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Correct the biggest mistake made by Texas Hold'em players. Why is there special dragon discount? Why is there like a Butamus lady with a gambling card thing in the middle of a D&D book? Oh. I guess y'all aren't the only ones who love gambling. Look, there's Lolth, Spider Lady. Y'all can say what you will about the spider ladies. I love them. I love the spider dudes and the spider ladies. Lolth is a piece of crap though, lore wise. Lolth is actually terrible. There's Tiamat. Oh, we love Tiamat. Strahd von Zarovic. Let's look at this Strahd over here. He looks like Strahd mixed with like the Joker, because he kind of looks like he has Joker makeup on because of the shading. We all know dragons and demons played Texas Hold'em to decide who gets to rule the lands for the next century. You know what? That'd be really funny if that's like was a thing in the middle of a dread domain. Just like a group of very terrible people play Texas Hold'em. And then whoever wins that year gets to be the Lord of the Dread Domain. They'd all have to be lawful evil though, to actually like stay true to it. Treasures of Greyhawk. That's cool. Like dragon skeleton thing. Oh, see, here's some of the item stuff. Heward's Bell and Heward's Lyre. What do these do? This copper bell bears esoteric runes along the bottom edge. Thought to date back to the colleges of old lore, a small silver mallet hangs from a fine silver chain. But what do you do? Let's see. 3 times per day you may ring the bell to summon an unseen servant as the spell to do your bidding for 1 hour. In addition, once per day you may ring the bell twice to send any summoned creature within 60 feet back to its home plane. The creature can attempt a will save to resist a sudden return to its home. Finally, once per day, a bard using it can bell to keep time may summon creatures as a summon monster. Interesting. That would be fun to make like a version of that for like players to have. You'd have to change a couple things on it, but for like 5e, not a whole lot. What about this lyre? What do you do? When played, the lyre emits a constant zone of truth. Twice per day, when plucking a single string continuously, you may use a discern lies spell on anyone within 60 feet. Further, once per day, if you play a tune after adjusting the slacker tension, you gain the benefit of a glibness spell. Oh, that one also would be a fun, like, thing to add in. See, they got, like, lots of fun. I won't read through all of these, but, you know, they got fun items. This is why I wish they would bring these back. Even if it was just, like, an online thing. Like a digital version. But not like a digital. The only thing is, like, not like a digital thing that can only be accessed through, like, their stuff. I want one that could be, like, at most, downloaded off of, like, DM's Guild or something into, like, this, like, a PDF. That's what I mean. Something you can, like, physically, tangibly have if you want to. Like, you could print it out. Oh, that's a sick robe. Look how pretty. Hmm. Roll ye first. No throwing food. Well, you know, they understand. Look, she's reading a dragon magazine, and they're like, what on earth? I like her face. It's just like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean that this kobold actually is a werewolf? That's the kind of faces they have. I want more people to get their books onto D&D Beyond, since I like the simplicity of all your books in one place. I mean, I get it. I get liking the simplicity. My thing is that like I have qualms. I have a few qualms with D&D Beyond personally. Um I know some people really like it. Like you said, you really like enjoying having stuff in one place. I just don't want them to stop making physical things. I worry about that a lot. 'Cause we need physical media, especially in this day and age. Goodbye and hello as always. Oh, this was an Ed Greenwood article. We love that old man. Oh look, Elminster. Rastlin. Oh my god, Rastlin! Hey, I remember him from the like D&D animated like show that was out. That was absolutely terrible, but I remember Rastlin in it. Love Rastlin. Oh, you weird, weird man. That's fun. I feel like you don't see him in things. Tarask. The knowledge of Tarask. Ooh. See, I also like that they have this too, like the tables for like checking your knowledge. Well, for the group I play with I own every book, but we play everything physical, just easier to have it so I can share all my books for them, all to get access to everything without physically having to have the book. I mean, that's fair. I can see that too. I can see where that would be handy. I like using 5e tools and stuff for that kind of thing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. So it has like the different, like the creature you face is known through the Tarask. So you would know what it is, but you don't know what it is. And then if you get higher than a 45, you'd get the like a very in-depth thing. That's fun. Why do Tarask have spikes on their back? As I've seen other people state, it implies they have something that hunts them, which is terrifying. That's a terrifying thought, isn't it? But I guess in D&D, there is always that thing of like, there's always the bigger, badder monster somewhere out in the universe, in the world. It's just a good example of that, you know? Who haunts the nightmares, you know? Whoa, did you, uh, supposed to be a vestigial sign of depredation on real life? I don't know why it did that either for you on there. So suboptimal. So sassy towards y'all sometimes. Living through some monster that actually hunts Tarask for foods, right? Ooh, I wonder what they would come up with. Like, if they were gonna make it like an official thing, right? Because I'm sure plenty of people who like homebrew stuff could come up with something. But I wonder what like a official team could come up with, or like what they would. Look at that Tarask causing havoc in this ecology section. Oh, maybe I don't have a thing on here where it has a thing. Knuckle walk, nope. Uh, maybe it just had. So the horns are used offensively, while the carapace serves as a defensive role, not only against physical attacks, but also against magical attacks as well. Hmm. Interesting. Just supposed to be like a natural disaster. I don't imagine what eats it. Yeah. Be scary. Be a who watches the Watchmen situation. As my players the other day. I was just over here invisible in the corner. Orc Wars. Maybe the spikes act like a lightning rods, but for spells? Oh yeah, maybe. Especially since they're like so hard. Bum. I like seeing all of these old ads on the sides and stuff. Bum. Demon Days. That's metal. Oh, that's cool. And look it up and see if they're still around. Yeah, if we can find one that's like Volo's Guide. Some Volo Guide stuff. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Lusk. Let's see. Next time we come across an ad. Everyone dragon marks, echoes in the morning. This has so much in it. It's like 109 pages. We're almost through this one. Maybe there'll be a... Oh my gosh. She's like, I can't believe you're wearing the same dress as me. I can't possibly be wearing the same dress as a villain. Oh, hello, oh my Taro. How are you? Oh, okay. Let me get them a shout out when they go use the restroom. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Minka the Mimic, the resident mimic of the Lich King's dungeon. Today we're going through old dragon magazines and talking about D&D. I also make monster lore videos on other places. The Red Overlord place mostly. Not her mods calling her out. How was your stream, Taro? You're playing Silent Hill 2? Were you having fun? Were you having a good time? Was it a nice stream? Definitely, if you gotta go get snacks and rest and all that, it's okay if you gotta raid and run. It was good. You just finished it. Oh, nice. How did you enjoy it? I mean, you said it was good, but like, what would you rate the game on a 1 to 5 scale? I hope it was good. Um, People cried. Oh, oh no. Good or bad cry? I've not played through the Silent Hill games. Tissues were needed. I'm assuming sad, cause it's a spooky game. Wait, we're all little guys. Y'all are all little guys. You're all little monsters running through the dungeon. Time there were tissues and laughs at the same time. That's always good. That's always like a nice. You a goo, but yeah. You guys can also change your monsters too. There's a way to change them and pick out if you want to be a different monster or if you like being the monster that you are. Little critters. um yeah. I think there's like a way you can do it from chat if you're on mobile. And then if you're on desktop, there's like a little widget thing in the about section. You're royalty, so you're beautiful. You are. You've got like a cloud beard too. Fancy, fancy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Taro. I appreciate it. I hope the Lich King's zaps didn't hit you too hard on the way in. Welcome to the dungeon. Oh, thank you also, Chrono, for the follow. Also, Dragoons. I love Dragoons. It is a fun time. You go swoosh, 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 swoosh with the lances in Final Fantasy 14. Also, get the sick armor. Some of the best armor. It's so good. We're reading, looking through the Dragon magazines. They're basically like, they don't make them anymore, sadly. This is also a thing that we're like, being like, ugh, if only. Uh, D&D, like, used to put out a little magazine, like, monthly. They put out like over 400 issues of it initially, but they had things like uh items and like little tips for games or monster stuff, like little extra info for things. I think I have an OG Dragon magazine and some Scry magazines and Inquest. Oh, that's fun. I have the Dragon magazine from the year I was born. And like the month, I bought that so that I could have it and hang it up on my wall. Obviously, I can't show y'all guys it, but I do have that one. I don't have a big collection of them. One day it would be cool. But I've been very focused on collecting my Choose Your Own Adventure books. So maybe after I finish collecting those, I'll collect more of the Dragon magazines. Have a bunch of video magazines from back in the 80s, 90s. Game Pro, I forget. Oh, that's fun. Like I said, I miss there being like physical magazines like this. Also, I just realized her hand is like turning into like mush or like hair or something. Something crazy's happening. Are there more of the adventure books than the magazines? No, there's way more of the magazines. Cause like I said, there's over like 100, like 450, I think, something like that. Hand whip. What you? Yeah. So she can beat her for wearing the same outfit. um, you miss physical game copies, for example? Yeah, I've been slowly growing my like PS3 and PS4 collections. Um, and like I have Final Fantasy 9 for PS2. Yeah. Boom. I need to get the remasters for it though. I've been doing that instead of buying like games on Steam and stuff lately. Instead I just like go to eBay. Oh, thank you for helping us complete our following goal. Welcome to the dungeon, everybody. You're now turned into little monsters. That's part of my lore. Basically, adventurers wander into the dungeon and then eventually wander a little too far, and the Lich King zaps them with their magic, and they turn into these like little robed monsters. Where's the Lich? I have words for him. Listen, he'll give you cookies. It's fine. He gives out Lich cookies, and they're very tasty. They're very good cookies. If anything, she's jealous because the other girl be wearing the same outfit in gold, right? She's got like a faded brass kind of situation. Um, the adventure books though, there's like I think in total well, because it's divided up. There's three different runs of the adventure books, like the official adventure books. Um, Oh, nice! You got a 12 on the D12. Look at you go. Top score. Top roll. We use the dice to help us make decisions. Or sometimes you just want to roll a dice for funsies. So, like, I got the chocolate chip cookie. Yeah. We actually have if y'all want, for all you new peeps, if you go into the About section and you click on the loot bag, it'll take you to a link, and I've got a free community pack for everybody. And it has the recipe for the Lich cookies in there. It also has a monster stat block for y'all, the little monsters, and a token, as well as a free custom cursor, and some like little phone backgrounds, including one that has Quinn the Quasit, who is a beloved figure on stream. I think if I do this, y'all can actually like see the cursor. Hold on. Well, you could earlier. Oh, there it is. You can see it zooming around because I have it on my computer right now. Um, it has different like things. There's ones too that make it look like goo, which is the slime on my head, and all that cute stuff. But yeah, hadn't seen the cursor yet. That's dope, right? The artist did such a good job. Their name was Shapuki. Um, they were really nice too through the whole process. Bum 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 bum. But yeah, so the adventure books. There's like in the first series, I think there's something like 35 books. And then there's like a middle series, which I think maybe I have like one book out of. I think the Castle of the Undead was from that run. And then the last run, there's only like 5 in because they stopped making them. And I have 3 of the 5 of those. And then out of the first run, I have like 14. 14 out of the 35. So kind, so much better than Taro. All she does is tax us. Listen, sometimes taxes are for the benefit of society. You cannot hate on poor Taro for such deeds. Wait, what? It's okay. Delta in my chat, if y'all see him around, he also claims that there's a dungeon tax when there is in fact not a dungeon tax. There's no taxes here. It's the goat tax. Oh, I see. Cause is Taro goated? They are the goat. Do 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 do. Mark of the beast. Tax of the beast. No tax, only tap. Table tip taps. Do 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 do. The tipping tapping of dice. They're quite literally a goat. She's a goat lady? Oh, hell yeah. I'll have to go snoop on you later, Taro. We love excellent climbers. I love goats though. Play a clip right now, bet. Let me see. I'll have to like open the thingy. Let me go snoop on you. Let me go snoop. I have to pull up the internet. Oh, my Taro. Oh, your stuff's all pink and cute. Oop. How do I work my computer? Here we go. Aw. Hey, Taro, we're sisters. We're Suika sisters. Cute. Oh, your stuff's so cute. I send follow. You like playing old school games? I do too. In my free time. So cute. So cute. We are, yeah. Why are you sweating? You don't need to sweat. You're like, oh god. No need to sweat. Do do do. We just got hit with the good climbers line. We love to see everybody spin on it. Yeah, me too. People are so creative. People are so creative. So reason she talks about puzzle. Oh. You can explain away then. Tell me the tales. Oh, look at this little mouse, this little guy. Official answers to your questions. What questions were people asking? Let's be nosy. Let's have the 20-year-old or nearly 20-year-old T weirdly fixates on toes. What do I talk a lot about? Dris Duerden. Probably too much. And dragons. I talk a lot about dragons. I read a lot of monster romance books and just romance books in general. D&D. I talk a lot about D&D. Final Fantasy stuff. Can confirm Drist is a daily topic. He's deserving of it. He is the hero of Faerun. And the Lich King. I do also talk a lot about my Lich King. That is true. It is his dungeon after all. We're just living in it. Fellow Final Fantasy enjoyer, what's your favorite game? A lot of them. Obviously I really like 14 and I really like 7. I actually really do like the remake. They did my love, my one, my only ever since I was little. I say my one, my only. Not quite that. But Vincent Valentine since I was a wee one and saw Advent Children with my older cousins because they were showing me it. So I really love that one. I also really like, I always call it Final Fantasy X, even though I know because I just think it's fun. I really love that game too. Final Fantasy 9. Advent Children is goaded. Thank you for the follow, Plutao. Also welcome to the dungeon. Hope the zap didn't, leave a scar on your little bum. Same. X2 is one of your favorites? Oh, yeah. 10's so good. There's so many good games. Final Fantasy is just in general, I think, one of my favorite video game series as a whole. Cause it goes like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest are like some of my favorite long running series. Um what are some of the other ones that I really like? Like that are like long standing. Square Enix really like has a chokehold on a lot of the games that I like. They've been putting them out. Feel like you like Legend of Dragoon? I want to play Legend of Dragoon and I haven't played it yet. I was so sad. I had gotten like a physical copy um of one of the games off of eBay and freaking it got lost in the mail. I was so sad. I at least got a refund, but oh, I was so sad. Especially cuz it was like a bundle. It was a bundle game and they included Nier in it. And I was like, ugh. So both of those games got lost somewhere in the mail. Sad day. Because I haven't played Nier yet either, and I want to. Sad days. Another fave. I think you'd super love it. I'll have to try it. I also like the Tales of games. We're playing through on Saturdays. Tales of Berseria. So we've been playing that one. And I'm really big fan of the Mana series as well. Trials of Mana is one of my favorite games. I really want to play the new one at some point, but I've been waiting for it to go on a good sale. Mm. I love my JRPGs. I'm a big JRPG person. I love them. They bring me comfort. Also, obviously Kingdom Hearts. Huge, huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I have a Keyblade hanging up in my bedroom. um, I love it. One of the reasons we've started playing Duet Abyss and Night or Duet Night Abyss, which is like a free game that just came out, and running around the town in the beginning is giving me like Kingdom Hearts 2 beginning vibes. Um, well, more sad because the like people are just in a lot worse off of a situation, but something with the way of like running around the town and climbing on everything just makes me have that feeling. Oh, right. LOD is where I got Burning Rush burned into my memory from. LOD, The Legend of Dragoons. Is it that one? Yeah. Doop-a-doo. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo. Yeah, I love the older JRPGs and stuff. We're also playing Monster Hunter World, and stuff too, and Wild. The Wild I'm basically at the end at, so we're probably gonna be playing World for a bit. Bum, ba-dum. Hopefully I can finally beat a freaking monster on there that I've been stuck on for a long time. It's so sad. Dual blades. I like dual blades. Judge me all you want. I like to go spinny zoom zoom all around the monster. That's my favorite. I tried other weapons, but I love my dual blades. Shake your head. Shake your head away. I am not afraid. I am not afraid of the judgment. I like what I like. They are too slow. Dual blades are not slow. Well, sometimes, alright, sometimes in World they can feel a little slow compared to Wild, but it's an older game, you know? Is how it is. I can't judge considering I flip between S&S, Lance, and Switch Axe and LBG. No, I mean the other weapons. Ah, yeah, the other weapons are too slow. I tried playing Wilds was technically the first one that I had tried playing. And I did that little thing in the beginning that's like, hey, answer these questions and like it'll help you pick out a weapon. And I was like, sick, they have a quiz. I love quizzes. And so I did it. And then it was like, oh, you should try like Switch Axe. That will be perfect for you. And I was like, cool. And I tried my best, but I had such a hard time. So my friend was like, why don't you go try the other weapons? I was like, but the game told me this one was best for me. And they were like, obviously not. If you're having a hard time or like this hard of a time with it. I was like, you right, you right. So I went and I tried out the other weapons and stuff. Like to get the like feel. I think I almost like I tried Sword and Shield a little bit, but I ended up liking dual blades the most. Everyone will almost always default to the dual blades, and thus I judge. Listen, a good weapon is a good weapon. That's just how it is. Tis how it is. Look at how comfy this old man is. Hold on, let me zoom out. That's how I'm trying to be on the weekends. Look at this. Wait, there's the little mouse. Forget the old man. Ignore the old man. We have more important things to focus on. Like this little mouse reading a book. Look at him. Me failing for the 5th time. Bro, just use the meta. Metas are for cowards. He's so intent. He is. He's reading away. Does Mouse have a name? I don't know. I think he's just a little mouse. He's just a little library mouse. Mouse is going to be a wizard. Can you imagine? What is this? Have you ever met Meta Girl before? I don't know if he has a name, but a mouse wizard would be so much fun to add to like a campaign. That'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. She's like, dang, this stone's almost as tall as me. Why are you pulling your pants down? What is the situation? What are you doing? Is it a healing thing? Body modifications? Or are you comparing your tattoos? Oh, I think she's comparing her tattoos. Okay, I was like, what is happening here? What is going on? Girl, um, I don't know what's going on with that lady in the statue has got your full attention. Yeah. Girl, you should have been looking down like that. I think she's comparing their tattoos since this says like body modification. Um, so unless they mean like magical body modification and not just tattoos, I don't know. It's D&D. It could go either way. Um, there's a guy on Twitter that does different D&D classes as mice and frogs and they're so cute. Oh, what's their username? Yeah, her thighs tattoos match the lower carving. Yeah, kinda. Oh yeah, I see it, like right here. And then like this kind of matches the repetitive patterns. Yeah. Without context, it leaves you thinking, yeah, if I didn't look up and like physically read, as you should, because it's a magazine, body modifications, I was real confused. I was real confused there. A skin caster? What? What do you mean? You copy all spells directly to your skin instead of a spell book? That's sick. Do that. Who needs a book when you've got flesh? You use your own body as a spell book, and you only need to be able to read your skin in order to prepare the spells. Transferring a spell to your skin costs 100 gold per spell level. Oh. Embedded holy symbols? Extra body slot. Hold on. What do you mean? Why? Why did they choose the language for this? Embedded holy symbol. Fanatical clerics have their holy symbol surgically implanted just beneath the outer layer. This is kind of neat, though. Oh, that does sound like a magic system you were cooking up a while back. Oh, neat. Skin pockets? Oh, I hate that. It's... Oh, yeah, there is skin pockets right next. So instead of swallowing or otherwise concealing contraband, brave, desperate, or merely eccentric characters might elect to create a skin pocket, a spot where the outer layer of their skin is flayed, blister-like from the flesh beneath it, but left intact for a small opening. This cavity can hold anything up to the size of a dagger. Magical healing closes this pocket with a thin layer of skin, leaving only a swollen patch of flesh capable of escaping all but the most careful scrutiny. That's like a wild way to be a thief. Can you imagine? That's a One Piece devil fruit, right? Oh man. The Living Spellbook looks like it's just a continuation of that other thing we read. Extra body slot. Alright, what is this? What is this? Must go to sleep. It was lovely meeting. It was lovely meeting you too, Taro. Get good rest. I hope you have sweet dreams of kittens and like tasty treats or something. The focus the front who say, I want a kangaroo like pocket in the most cursed way. Right? Like also you could put it basically anywhere. You could have one on like your thigh, or you could have one on your tummy and be an actual kangaroo. Or like a humanoid kangaroo. That'd be crazy. That's your criminal boss name. You're like, oh man, we need to hire the kangaroo. They come in and they pull out whatever like stolen goods out of their tummy slots, like their skin pockets. Like, why do they call them the kangaroo? You'll see, man. You'll see. Extra body slot. Although viewed as an extreme by many, body modification is occasionally used to give character access to additional magic item body slots. A small wondrous item is inserted into an incision as far from the other body slots as possible, generally beneath the ribs or along the thigh. The item functions normally, even if another item is already occupying a normal body slot. This procedure, however, has a grave drawback as the overlapping and conflicting magic stress the body and reduce the subject's constitution score by 2 for as long as the item remains within their body. Only rings and rods and wondrous items crafted specifically for this purpose can be used. That's crazy. That's crazy. Losing 2 points of constitution for it. I guess if you had, like, the will and the want, you know? A wizard guide. Oh, that's fun. I need to send that to my wizard player. Like, here's a guide just for you. Don't know how useful it is for 5e, but have fun. Oh, man. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yep. As there are with most things. Kangaroos would have to be a CR10 creature at minimum. They stonks. They are. They've got so many muscles. There's a zoo that I used to frequent and they had kangaroos there. And they kind of scared me with how muscly they were. Like meanwhile I could be like real close to the tigers and stuff and be like, "Oh, hello babies." But it also kangaroos it was like especially when it comes to wizards. Yeah. They need all the help they can get with all of the shenanigans. Forgotten Faiths. Oh, that's fun. Guardian of Dead Gods. This is some, like, class stuff. Kingers can casually shatter bones. I'm not fighting that guy, right? Imagine playing a barbarian who goes by Kangaroo and has the, like, weird little skin pockets. Try walking around a corner and looking at one in the face was not a fun experience, and I ran fast. Oh, I don't blame you. They'll drown you if you let them. I believe it. I don't trust kangaroos, and I don't trust hippos. Just you can't make me. I love all creatures, but I do side eye a little bit of mistrust at them. I don't know how you're not gonna let them. If they get a hold of you, then they gotta be the ones to decide to let go. Yeah. You're just done for in that situation if they decide it. A universal key. That's fun. Arcane lore abilities. Bum. Ears of the Mage. You use arcane lore to enhance your hearing to a supernatural degree. Oh, those are handy. These are a lot more handy and a lot less haunted than the body modification ones. These are just enhancing what you've already got, not carving out a skin pocket. Worst thing I ever came face to face with and walked in behind a barn, there was a bobcat staring at you. Oh man. Yeah, understandable. I think the worst thing I've ever come into like face to face contact with, because I grew up like out in the wild, so I was taught to be pretty careful, but you can only be careful so much, you know? Um was there's these like snakes where like I was little that are called like copperheads. I don't know what their like scientific name is and stuff, but they don't have like a rattle like rattlesnakes or anything, and they are pretty aggressive. Uh, but what's bad about it is that because of their coloring, they blend in with leaves, like especially in the fall, or like starting to be fall, like really well. So if there's any kind of like dead leaves on the ground, you cannot tell they're there. Or wood, like certain colors of wood. And almost almost got bit by one of those because I didn't see it, but luckily I caught it at the last second. Um Caught alligators and been charged at by hogs. Oh my god, hogs, that's crazy. Copperheads are real common here. They blend in with everything in enough color variation. Uh-huh. Copperheads, and then there were these like water snakes that were really common too around where I was a little one. So we had to be careful because if it rained especially hard, they could make their way up from like the water. So we had to be extra careful after heavy rains. Yeah, cottonmouths, those. We grew up with calling them water moccasins, but yeah, cottonmouths. We also had those, so we had to keep an eye out for those. Growing up. Boom, boom. As you walked up unwailingly, the bobcat was the only surprise. Yeah. Oh man. Don't walk up to dangerous animals. It's not smart. It's not a good time for you or for the animals. Oh, look, a little comic. Oh, look, there's Strahd. Try exiting Ravenloft sometime. It's worse than getting out of jury duty. What is the context of this? Wait, don't you see? This is the worst thing we could do to them. Their spirits are crushed, their lives are meaningless, from Queen Astarte to paying off the nobles to ignore them. I'm going back to the abyss. Mind if I hitch a ride? I'm not from, or not into my mushroom form anymore, so I won't mold up your, upholstery. That's our revenge? I came all the way from the Tomb of Horrors for this? I like Strahd's one, the try exiting Ravenloft sometimes. It's worse than getting out of jury duty. Were you the one who sat on me for 2 months? Oh, this is Tracy Hickman. Tracy and Laura. Fun fact. Okay, I get semi-annoyed by this. Y'all are about to hear a rant of mine. Alright? You ready? So, it is, Ravenloft and Curse of Strahd is very commonly um, kind of written off as just Tracy Hickman's creation, which is annoying because it was a joint project between him and his wife. Like Tracy and Laura Hickman both worked on this. In fact, how it even got started was the wife, like Laura, was like, "Hey, it'd be really cool if you made a D&D adventure," because he was writing D&D books. Um, like based off of Dracula, because they were like really, like the wife was super into Dracula, like maybe as much as I'm into Dracula, like a lot, big Dracula hyperfixation. And he was like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, that would be cool. Like, do you want to help me do it?" And so like most of what was written was actually like her ideas and then him just writing it down. So I get a little annoyed. Like obviously he did a bunch of the rest of like Ravenloft and things like that. It's not like taking away from his contribution at all, but it's just reminding people that like his wife Laura did also a lot of work for it. Like a lot of what we love about, Strahd comes from her ideas and like her helping on that project, and it just makes me sad. It makes me sad that she doesn't get credit where credit is due as much as her husband does. Um, Even despite that, because it's definitely not like anything on Hickman, like Tracy, because even in the new books and stuff like that, like there's forwards like where he talks about it, like in Curse of Strahd. So I don't know why people do that. It's just it irks me so. So just know, everybody in the dungeon now has this knowledge. It was a married couple who created Strahd, and they both deserve credits. They both deserve the credits. All right, my rant is over. It won't be a forever rant. It's just a little bit of a rant, you know? I've said it and I've said it before. Dark role playing is way overrated. I forgot to start the gaming music. Click, don't stop believing. Goobers. Okay, got everything. Yep, got the gaming snacks, onion rings. What are y'all's favorite D&D snacks? I actually asked this over on the Red Overlord place, and a couple people answered on there. For me, I really like I like having a mix of a bunch of different things. I like having a little bit of salty stuff. I like making like popped rice and like putting seasoning on it. Or like tortilla chips, and then I like having like a sweet thing. Usually like frozen yogurt or something. Like midway through game, I'm like, I'm gonna go grab my frozen yogurt now. I'll be back. um, and then I like making tea based on my different characters. Or like whatever campaign. Like for the long running game that I play in, where I play a beast heart that has a dragon companion, like a dragon wormling. Um, I make like she has a special blend that I call my round tail tea. But can you spill the tea? Oh, what kind of tea? There was a very long romance that was brewing in that long running game, like between player characters, and then they finally smooched, only for the one of the players to have to move, and so they can't make game anymore for right now. And so their player disappeared. So right after they got together, now we're on a hunt trying to figure out like what even happened to that player character. There's some tea. And it was funny because we were like, "Listen, DM, you can't create like uh you can't be over here like doing the like kill the gays trope because we're," and he was like, "I can't kill the gays. You're all gay." And we were like, "You know what? You know what? You right." He's like, "Otherwise I just can't kill any of you." um, it should be noted that the DM is also their own flavor of queer. So it's like there's one token straight man at that table. All of us are different flavors of But it was just really funny because we were like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, it's very silly. But it's going good, Banjo. We're looking at old Dragon magazines, like the old D&D magazines. Just having a fun, chill time. Just silly, silly time. Boom. I like all of these comics that they've just decided to throw into the last bits of this. I like that dragon. That's the dragon that looks like the dragon on the OG cover from the first one we were watching. Or watching. Y'all are watching. We were reading. We were reading. I love D&D. Oh man. What's new? Look at that. What creature is that? Is it supposed to be a cow horse? Hasta la vista, amigos. Today we're talking about endings. Mordor, super fun to clean up site. These are so silly. Yeah, if you want to like read through them, because obviously I can't read through all of these like on stream, but um, you can go on like the Internet Archive and look up Dragon Magazine like TSR like D&D and you should be able to find the one that has like the archive of like the 359 at least of the, it's not all of the Dragon magazines, but it's a lot of them. Um so you can definitely like look and read through these all you want. They also, like I said, they have the fun D&D tips and things. Should probably, oh my goodness. This last one, I mean, we're technically an 18 and up stream, but um we don't dive too far into the realm of those things, despite my love for monster romance. Um, but the last bit is just him being like, and this will finally be our last shot at finally doing the fun times and D&D. And she goes, okay, well, give me a hand. And he's like, just as long as you avoid that all-time worst cliche ending. She's like, what are you doing? Goofy babies. Or not babies, but you know what I mean. Goofy peoples. Now with the glow in the dark death grip action. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should hydrate. Thank you, Jean. Is it Jean or Jean? Is it Jean de Grin or Jean de Grin? Bum 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 bum. How doth you pronounce your name? Let's see. What other ones of these do we want to look at? We looked at the first and the last one they have on here. I guess we could do like a midway just to kind of see the like mid transition. For a reminder, this is what the cover of this one looked like. Right? So this was the cover of this one. And then, oh, hold on. And then this was the cover of the very first one. Hold on. Boop. This is the cover of the very first one. We were talking about earlier that it kind of looks like a stoner made it. You know, I have no idea. I've used the name for like 15 years, but Jean Day or John Day, Jean Day, part kind of stole from someone on a forums I used to go to when I was young. Their name was Jean de Cusack. I don't know. So yeah, no damn idea. Just let people say what they want. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, so that's 1, and then 359. What would be in between that? I need a calculator. Oh, I need a calculator. I don't know math. Better than my drawings that I started drawing 5 days ago. Oh, keep up the practice. Let's see, divided by 2. Okay, so 179 would be the midpoint. So let's also look at the year. So that one was the one we just finished looking at was made back in 2007. This one was 1976 according to the archive. So 179. Sorry, 1970 or 170. Yeah, but we're gonna round down. We're gonna round down. Or we could do 180. We could round up. So that, because 180 is a nice round number. Oh, this one's got a dragon on it. Fitting. A dragon on the cover of Dragon magazine? Who would have thought? Wild. Oh, look at that, like, gnome or something riding the dragon. They're fighting. They're fisticuffing. AD&D. Okay, so it's still like second edition? Spelljammer! An old Spelljammer ad! Oh, that's fun. I want to play in a Spelljammer game at some point in time. I think it'd be fun. Cause like one of my favorite movies when I was younger was that like the Treasure Planet movie. And I think it'd be fun to play in like a setting like that, you know? Bum bum. We still haven't come across like an ad yet. The original Dragonlance. Yeah, so Tracy Hickman did do Dragonlance. He was a big like reason for Dragonlance in terms of like another setting. This was back when D&D had a bunch of settings that it actively like updated things on. And not just like sticking to like one for the most part. Because like 5e's mostly stuck to Faerun. It's not really like, you know, also had like 5e Dragonlance and stuff. It's kind of started having that. I feel like the last 4 years, maybe, they've had some other stuff, but Treasure Planet was awesome. One of those movies you wish you had sequels. I know, apparently it was supposed to have a sequel too, which would have been really interesting. Um, and then Atlantis was supposed to have like a full-blown sequel, like a well-made one, but instead they opted to do the like that weird like subpar sequel that was actually just 3 pilot episodes of a TV show thrown together or something like that. It is sad. Because those are the. Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, was like the designer for a lot of stuff in Atlantis, The Lost Empire. That's the reason why it has such a distinctive style to it, which is really cool. But yeah, I love those two movies. I need to get DVDs of them. I realize I don't think I do. I need to find some. Amazing stories. Look, it's a mouse spaceship. Oh, that's fun. Cataclysmic. I want to redo this cover somehow, but then put Nandor's face on it. Or Tama's. Or Patch. Or really just any of my cats. Or all of them. Just different variations of my cats. Throw that on the wall. Titan, Titan AE was also a good old one. I don't know if I saw that one. Bum ba da bum. Let's see what ones are in these. Oh. See, this still had the like mostly text thing, less pictures. It is nice that a lot of the ads in here of this one are just like different Dragon magazine things. Oh man. Oh, this is how you can tell it's older. Fill out and mail the subscription card in this issue. I collect a lot of old books, and the amount of like cards and stuff I find that are still in there, I just keep them in there. I think it's a fun little thing. Oh, this one came out in 1990. So this is 1990. An April surprise. You'll never know what you'll find. Poison ivy. Oh no. They're gonna be itchy. Your average D&D party. Lawyers and lawsuits. There's he's got like a lawsuit card. What is that? Does it say Eldritch Clues? Hold on. Health Health Club. Condo. Look at them, the office. That's so cute. They're really getting into it. Look, I like how the dragon's also playing it with them. This is so fun. Suspend your disbelief. That's super important to do. And like not just like D&D, but like if you like horror movies and stuff. Must admit, some of the old art just looks amazing. Yeah, it's fun. Like we do get, oh, hold on. We do nowadays get like a lot of really cool art for like D&D books and stuff like that. But I feel like there's like it's so the problem with it is like it's all really good, but it tends to follow the same like style a lot of the times, like very closely, which works a lot for making it look very like unified and nice to that degree. But I don't know, sometimes I kind of miss just having like very different art looks throughout things for D&D, you know, like or like art that's not made like necessarily the most perfect on the inside. The old art looks more hand drawn. It looks nice. I agree. I agree. It's very good. Oh my god! A white wolf? Ayo, White Wolf is still around. That's the people who make Vampire the Masquerade, for people who don't know, and the other World of Darkness games. Um, White Wolf technically disappeared for a little while, and then it was like with a different company, and then now it's back with White Wolf. So it's like come full circle. But that's so fun. It's an old White Wolf. Ars Magica, learn the art of magic. I never heard of this one. It's a third edition. I didn't know that they had. I thought they just had World of Darkness games like Vampire the Masquerade, Changeling, and all that. I didn't know they had like Ars Magica. Oh, interesting. I'll have to like look this up more later and like read about it. I can also kind of do a quick Google because I want to see baseline what it's supposed to be like. Ars Magica, TTRPG. Is it still around? Well, it says it's with Atlas Games now. Maybe that's why. Yeah, apparently the game's still around. It's just not with White Wolf anymore. Um, and they're on their 5th edition. Their story screens and stuff are kind of neat on their website. I'll have to look more into that system because I'd be so curious. It looks very like standard fantasy. It's supposed to be like mythic Europe kind of focused. Interesting. My inner history nerd will go wild. Go wild looking at that. Fun. That gives me something to look at later today. Whoops, this is the wrong thing. Where is... Not another magic sword. Yes, all the magic swords. Give us every single magic sword in all of existence. I don't care if they're haunted, cursed, or sentient and annoying. Give them to me. We must need them. Two good blades. That sounds like, uh, grist a little bit. What are the brainstorming blades? The following are suggest. Oh, you're supposed to brainstorm blades. For a second, I thought they meant it was an item called brainstorming blades, and I was like, what did those do? As you can see, we've got peak brain. The mind is operating at full blast, full power. Bless. Bless. This is it. Summer 1992. Gaming will never be the same. Once in every decade, there's a breakthrough, a vision, so powerful it sets the standard by which all else is measured. Sometimes it can arise from evolution, the constant, painstaking of an existing concept. Sometimes it can result from an alliance between two powerful forces that have never combined their strength. Sometimes it is both. This is it, GDW. And then no context. No context after that. No magic swords for mimics. They're scary enough as. No, you know what? I think we need to give every mimic a standard magical sword. Because why not? Ignore the fact that it's just because I want a magical sword. And by giving all mimics a magical sword, it means that I would also get a magical sword. So, you know. I also, oh, yeah, guys, we were talking about this in the Discord a little bit. It's something I considered for a long time. I think I am gonna follow through with it. I really want to make, because y'all know I love dragons so freaking much. I want to make a, like, dragon form toggle at some point. Because I think that could be fun. Like a mimic dragon. Yeah. One day. It'll take some work. I've got other projects I gotta get done and work on first, before I go messing around with that. But it'll happen. Hello, Patch. Every mimic a sentient, floating, self-defending magical sword. Yeah! We can just a la carte our way at adventurers as they come into the dungeon. They're like, where are all these swords coming from? Ah, the floor! It's a mimic! For some reason that makes you think of the false Hydra. You know what? Fair. I can see where it would. The vibe is not too far off. GURP Psionics. Oh, Psionics. Those are a fun time. The whole dungeon is a mimic and you're already inside its belly. Yeah. I love that concept. Scare the crap out of players. One day I will use it. Because I have like a goal. There's like some very stereotypical like tropes or like little adventurer things like common, like fairly common, that I actually really want to try out on my players, because my like group that I like play with and stuff, right? A lot of them are pretty green to D&D, so they don't know about these things. So I get to try the like fun things and they get to have like an experience, that's very like, just like fun and kind of part of the culture. Let's put it that way. Without me worrying about like, oh man, are they gonna figure this out? Are they gonna figure that out? No, because they've not played enough D&D to know that these things even exist a lot of the times. So, it's a fun time. You're a basic barbarian. Did they make that look like Rocky? Is that who they were supposed to like basing this off of? Role-playing stupidity. It's not just a game, it's an adventure. I'm really good at role-playing stupidity, let me tell you. I may play barbarians, but it's not too far. Wait, they're talking about bogans. Oh, he said bogus. I got excited. I was like, "Oh, they're talking about bogans?" Bogans are a monster. They're like, if I remember right, Bogans are the like little mud and twig people that druids used to be able to make as like little helper buddies. Here you are, a 10-foot pitfall trap with no spikes or anything at the bottom, just super obvious. I've seen a group spend a good 30-40 minutes trying to work out how to get around it. Simple answer is jump down the 10-foot pole and then climb up the other side. Or the pit, yeah. I really want to do the like you walk into a room and you see nothing but a single chair thing and it's just like a normal ass chair. I really want to do that to my players to see them cuz like they're so bad at conspiracy theorying things that I just want to see how long it would take them to give up on it or if they'd get really weird about this chair, you know? One day, Orc Nest, eeny meeny miny mo, where'd the little happy gamers go? To Orky 2 in shops, the Malting Center, St. Albans. I like the eeny meeny miny mo, where do little happy gamers go? I'm gonna start saying that. That's cute. Just like wizard with a peace sign. Oh. Wait, this one's actually longer than that last one. That's surprising. I would have thought like the it makes sense that the like newest one that we looked at a minute ago was like longer than the first one, but it's interesting that the middle timeline one is longer than the newest one. Hot Night in the Old Town. AD&D Hometown Adventures for priest characters. See, they have so much like fun little stuff in these old things, like little like supplements that are like, because these were definitely geared more towards DMs, right? But there's still a lot of like fun stuff for players in these. Al-Qadim. That art is gorgeous. Putting the like the gin. This is very much like this old there's an old tapestry that has like some uh A Thousand Nights art on it. And that's what this specific thing was. That might have been what they were referencing, honestly. Because, like, he's trying to, in the tapestry, it's depicting him trying to get away and flee with, like, the woman that he loves. It's a whole thing. Something else that could be helped. A trapped villager escape a cave. As they exit the cave, have the NPC walk ahead of the party and suddenly turn into a chair or something. Turns out, dispel magic is cast on anyone who leaves the cave, and the NPC was a chair with polymorph or something cast on it. That would be funny. Like, they went through all that effort just for them to be like, excuse me, they were a chair the whole time? The whole time? It's a crossword puzzle. Oh, guys, I might uh go like get this specific page for y'all and post it in the Discord. So if y'all want to do like a crossword, y'all can. I think that would be fun. We can see what y'all do and then I can post the like the thing for it. Like what the answers actually were in a few days or something. That could be fun. I don't know how many of y'all like crosswords, but I'm sure a couple of y'all might. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. If it burns the brain cell too much, is fine. But some of y'all like puzzles, like I know Junie likes puzzles a lot. So Junie might enjoy that. Cyber Hero. Amber Diceless role playing. How can combat work without dice? Simple. Combat is resolved by comparing character attributes. However, since attributes are secret, the most important thing in combat is sizing up the opposition. Do you press for an all-out attack, bide your time, attack defensively, or try to cheat with a dirty trick. Amber is a combat flexible, outstanding warrior who can slay dozens. Oh, that's fun! Is this a game that's still around? One of the 7,000 happy Amber players, and you might want to hustle to our Amber zine. Oh, they've got their own little magazine, or they did back in the day. I've never heard of this. Playtested without dice since 1985. Amber Diceless Roleplaying. Let's look it up. Amber Diceless RPG. Not looking for the PDF currently. Google. Let's see, it's on. Oh, my tummy is growling. The hunger, it calls. Yes, I can go to drive-through RPG Google. Let's see. It looks like the newest Amber Dice game may have happened in 2004. So I don't think they're like updating past that. Yeah, the last one was in 2004. It's on sale on drive-through RPG for like 12 bucks. If anybody wants to try that or look at it. I'm sure they have a preview. They do. They do have a preview. That's fun. I want to try it. I want to try it. I'll also keep this pulled up so I can look at it. This is just me collecting tabletops to try that were recommended out of these old magazines. See, this is why we need to bring magazines back. We're in like a golden age of all of these like indie uh tabletop games and like it would be so good. The vibes that could go on. Guys, maybe we should start our own magazine. That'd be so much work. I don't know if I have time for all that. I want to. I really want to, but I don't know if I have time for all that. And then I'd have to learn how to use InDesign. That'd be crazy. What do y'all think? Could we start our own digital magazine? Because as much as I'd want to have a physical thing, be interesting. Food for thought, back burner. Back burner idea. Forum. Middle Earth, Gray Mountains. There's been a few, like Lord of the Rings tabletop games that have come out over the years. So pretty. They did a good job on the art. Oh, this art is sick. This picture is like the epitome of like what it feels like to be a DM. Dungeon Master vibes. Prepare for a future of great adventure. I need to like redraw. Like I need to do a doodle of me in this pose or get one made. I screenshot. I screenshot. And then like, oh, I thought of something I could use this for actually. That could be really good. I have to keep things secret, but yeah, that could be sick. That could be really sick actually. Um, Fun art ideas. Oh, that man's been murdered. She's about to murder that one. For a second, I thought she was like in water, but she just has like this magic thingy around her. About to slay this dude. Is that chest hair on him? What is that? I think that's supposed to be chest hair peeking out of the top of his shirt. I'm not entirely certain, honestly. She's got thighs for days, though. Thick thighs save lives and give you enough strength and power to pounce on your enemies and destroy them. Boom, ba dum, ba dum, boom. Alright, let's see. Oh, mechs! Other great RPGs. Let's see. Some gaming places. Chris Harvey Games. Y'all wanted me to look up how many of these are still around, so Chris Harvey Games. Chris Harvey does not look like that it's around anymore. Tis not. Treasure hunt. Huh. Just imagine being an adventurer and you find like a giant or like one of those old game show checks. Like you find one of those. Oh, everybody say hello to the racers zooming past my house again. Crazies. Sometimes the mic picks it up, so. Oh, little thing. But it appears we have the element of surprise, and it's the orcs throwing a birthday party. Oh, that's cute. I like this. A 20 is a 20. Yeah. The Chaos Curse is only the beginning. In Sylvan Shadows. Ooh. What is this? The Cleric Winter Book 2. Oh, it's one of the novels. Oh, R.A. Salvatore wrote it. Oh, that's fun. He's the one who writes the Drizzt novels. So you know that at the very least it's a good time. Chaos, the beginning of the curse. Interesting. Matrix cubed, not Matrix squared. Oh no, Buck Rogers. Oh, that's an old. Oh my god, it's an Elvira ad. Elvira needs help with an uninvited guest, namely death. Dun, dun, dun. 1992. Computers, the roll of. It's like an Elvira game. Oh, that's so fun. Elvira 2, The Jaws of Cerberus. Look at that. Oh, if I had known about this, I would have tried playing it during October. Something to put on the log for next year. Or if we just feel like we want some spooky, funny vibes someday. As long as we can find a remake of it or something that doesn't require a DOS system thing, because my computer did not handle that well. Oh man. The visuals are so crazy. Look at that. Nova 9? The Castle of Dr. Brain. The Simpsons arcade game? That looks more haunted than the Elvira games. Goodness, look at him. Have nightmares about that tonight, chat. Oh goodness. Little monsters, I'm scarring you for life. I apologize. Oh no. Oh. Paranoia Sourcebook. Oh. I love all of this old art so much. Oh, that's a nice convention calendar. See, like, that's such like a nice the thing I like about this is that like one like while yes this is a D&D prominent magazine, they are having all of these ads for like other TTRPGs and like all of these lists of like conventions and stuff. It like makes it feel like more of like contributing to an overall tabletop community um instead of just trying to be like an insular thing. And I really like that. I really like the vibes of that. You know what I mean? The power of the pen. The black sword. The dragon's bestiary! Oh look, a battering ram. Monsters! That's what I want. 3 particular beasts for D&D campaigns, AD&D. We got a battering ram. These are giant-sized, uh, obviously enlarged horns, similar to their smaller cousins or identical to them, in a variety of colors. Okay, so these are basically like just giant, literally giant rams. That's fun. They're neutral. Um, they're unaggressive. So I guess like unless you provoked them. They're found in the roughest mountains of the wild. They're sometimes found in the possession of wizards who charm them to rent them out as military weapons. Some mountain dwelling folk have managed to domesticate these sheep, but they cannot keep them pinned as rams like to butt down fences and gates. Oh, wow. Interesting. Gorse. These things, they're fairy folk. Subarctic. The smallest of the fairy folk. Oh, so they're itty bitty. But apparently, in some respects, the most beautiful. They're 1/4 of a height of a full-grown Atomi. Oh, wow, that is tiny. Atomis are like, I think they're supposed to only be like the equivalent of like two apples high. So like that is teeny tiny. They have humanoid proportions. They like wearing green and yellow. And prickly evergreen shrubs. What do they do? They have limited magic. Oh, they can cast spike growth and good berry. They can be used. You can bribe them, or they bribe intelligent creatures. Excuse me, I misread. They have delicate wings. Look at them, fabulous, striking a pose. And then what's their third monster? A quake dancer, also subarctic. What the? It's like a six-legged, long-necked dinosaur. Hold on. Let me like zoom out a little for y'all. Look at that. That's crazy looking. Quake Maker. It's a large reptilian beast that resembles a brontosaurus, except for the fact that it has 6 legs. They can create miniature earthquakes in their immediate vicinity. Um, it looks like they mostly eat grasses and stuff. They can stun their prey. Interesting. Guess it's true what they say. It's not over till the fat lady sings. She beat them up because she's strong. Sage advice. Oh, this is like the D&D advice columns. If y'all want tea, let's see what things. What advice columns? That's another thing. These used to have like you could write them questions to get advice too. And I think we should bring this back. I mean, we have Reddit now, but like eh. if we could why have Reddit when we could have a modern day dragon magazine that has a bunch of other stuff in it too. All this has done is made me want to add an extra project to my list of things. They do say, you know, you finish one, add another one. I wanted to see if there was like a juicy one. Oh, here's an interesting one. I'm so curious at what they like responded with. Though it is kind of a long response. Can you shape change a Tarrasque into a little bunny and then eat it for dinner? If a human was polymorphed into a bunny and some of the bunny's fur was taken, then the bunny was polymorphed back into a human, would the fur simply or sample turn back into a human hair? Or would it stay bunny fur? In other words, will my lightning bolt spell blow up my wizard's face if he uses bunny fur as a material component? That's such an all over question. We're gonna just focus on the Tarrasque one. First, in either edition of the AD&D game, the Tarrasque is a unique creature. A DM can decide that a whole race of Tarrasque populates the world, but there are more original ways to challenge player characters. Second, shape change works only on the caster and user, so no one can use it like polymorph other spell. If shape change could be used on creatures other than the caster, it would give the recipient the ability to change its shape and all. Changes under would be would be under the recipient's control, not the caster's. I'm not sure what form a Tarrasque would choose if it could shape change itself, but it wouldn't likely bring any joy to the spellcaster, whatever shaped that happened to be. Um, so also apparently in AD&D, creatures kept their hit points and natural armor, so and possibly other physical abilities. So Tarrasque case, this includes regeneration and maybe even its limb-severing bite. So Tarrasque Bunny is still one tough customer. It would be a 300 HP bunny with it'd be like a high AC basically, and a legendary regeneration ability. Even if one managed to eat it, would you still wish to keep it dead? You would still need a wish to keep it dead. Oh man, so it could just like come out of your tummy and then just like you like freaking alien. Um that's terrifying. I do like that response though. They're like, I mean, it's not a good idea. Serpent mage. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. Don't worry, we'll get all this right. We'll play, or that is if we play our cards right, and it's playing cards. Hee hee ha ha, so clever. So cute and clever. Ooh, that's pretty. Join the challenge. Join the RPGA. What is that? Is that like, oh, was there like a whole little, like, D&D, like, network thing? Our biggest and best worldwide organization of game enthusiasts. Members receive award-winning monthly polyhedron newsine. You can enter role-playing tournaments. Ooh, I wonder what those were like. Eligible to enter special contests, learn about conventions and club, discounts on games and supplies, find other gamers in your area, and people just like you. Oh, it's just like a club. That's fun. That makes me think of like those writer associations that are still around, but for for tabletop gamers, that'd be fun. Like a gamer association. We're really missing out. They're like, "Oh, it's the heyday of D&D." Is it though? After reading this magazine, I'm not so sure. The heyday was it in the 90s. I need some of our older monsters in the dungeon to let me know. Were the 90s actually D&D's heyday? Like tabletop heyday? Let me know. If you're part of the VOD watchers, let me know. Um these are so much fun. Looking through Game Center. It's like a little Iron Man. The Wanderers. No more wandering monsters. So silly. What have y'all thought of these? I think these magazines have been a lot of fun to look through. We're almost done with this one. Gesundheit, Nandor. Cast the Lady of the Lake. It must be Excalibur. Quickly. Splash, quench, gulp. You were right. This was a great idea. He ate the Lady of the Lake and now is using her arm. Wait, no. That's not what happened. They ate the adventurer. It's dragons pretending to be the Lady of the Lake. Excuse me. That's so silly. Oh, poor Lady of the Lake. Her arm is taxidermied and now a dragon hat being used for criminal activities. This is an interesting art style. Oh my gosh. So I was playing Dragon's Crown last night and I was coming up through this thing and it was a freaking spectator appeared out of nowhere in this like fight I had to do, and he whomped my butt so hard. I had to like just end it for the like before bed. I was like, all right, I can't play any more of this. I'm gonna stay up too late trying to do this. That looks like Sailor Moon. That's fun. It's not, but it's like by Painted Minis. Interesting to see like a more anime style art something in here. Because it's like the only one. All the little mini. Oh, those are some cool minis. Ooh, the dragon's sick. I like this ghost skeleton dude who looks like he's just like, hey, hey. Wave it like you just don't care. But there. Little centaur, a priest, or a cleric, rather. A witch. Chaosium, we do horror right. Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is around. It's very popular. That's fun. Hold on to your sanity. Oh, little like things. Dark Sun. What if y'all were talking about Dark Sun the other day? It's one of supposed to be one of D&D's most brutal settings. Ooh, these are some fancy liches. Look at that drip. Drippy drip drip. Fancy. Oh, these had like little cards you could cut out. That's fun. Had some of the little things. Little trinkets. That's fun. But yeah, these were a lot of fun to look through. Let me close this out for tonight. Me swoosh over here. Hello, everybody. But yeah, D&D magazines, 10 out of 10, should be a thing again. They should. It would be a great time. That's what I think, at least. I really enjoy getting to see some of the like little monsters and the like monster manual bits. Uh, like the creature features, as you would call them. It's fun to see like how far, like, because obviously like we know, right? Because we're living in the now. We know how far D&D's come. Like we see what it's like, and we see what the tabletop landscape is like now. It's really cool to be able to like go back and look at just like these old magazines, because you could see like, for example, in the 90s one, we could see like how big the tabletop landscape actually was. Like there was a whole bunch of games going on. There was like a lot of community. In the first one that we looked at from 1976, it was very simple, but like you could see the inklings of like starting to try to be like, hey, like this hobby's fun, try it out, kind of stuff. And then and the newer one was definitely a lot more just like solely D&D focused. Um and did a lot to make it, it looks closer to like D&D stuff now with like all of the like very professionally done art and stuff, but it still had like reminiscent lingerings of the silliness with like the comics and all that in it. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe Wizards will be like, let's be cool and make Dragon Magazine again at some point, or I don't know. Maybe we come up with something. Could be a fun, silly thing to do. But I've had a lot of fun tonight just going through these. It was good to have like a D&D talk night, which is like what I wanted. Um Also, because I totally forgot to mention it, but I'm sure y'all have noticed it. I have like a little logo now. It's at the bottom of my screen. Look at me being professional. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing Duet Night Abyss again, which is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Cause like I gotta get further into the story. I did over the weekend do some like side quest, but we still got a lot of Genie Mon to catch, and then we've got a lot of story to cover. Mm. So lots to do. And then like Thursday, I haven't decided which game we're gonna do Thursday yet. It's between three different ones. Like it'll either be Monster Hunter World, Warframe, or Soulframe. Um, because I do want to play more of that. So we'll see. We'll see what vibe is on the ether, you know? Uh and then Friday, we're doing something Friday. I don't remember what at this particular moment. It's written down in the Discord. And then Saturday's JRPG day, so we'll be doing Tales of Berseria. But anyways, let's go find somebody to raid. Let's go hip hop and skip and see who's up on the dungeon hours. It might take me a second um to go looking about. So we're not going just yet. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Just cuz like they popped up on the thing, let's go raid Ivy cuz I adore Ivy. She's so cute and she also likes the D&D. Um and they're just absolute sweetheart and they're just vibing. So it's a good thing, I think. All right, everybody. As always, take care of yourselves and take care of each other whenever you can. I will see you guys on the morrow. The dungeon's a dangerous place, but I am so happy you're here. Thank you again all for hanging out, for chillaxing, relaxing, and taking this deep dive through D&D's like weird magazine history. Um, I'll see y'all later. All right. Good night. Mwah, mwah. Bye.